Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 146 of the Red Force podcast. My name is Otolado. Joining me today, Christian Tolado.
Welcome.
And nothing about you, right? No one
Right,
cares
okay.
about you. Special guest, Christian, newcomer guest.
Sure.
Fellow Australian.
Sure.
Fellow Melburnian.
I don't know if you want that information out there.
Also,
Yeah.
fellow
League.
Carlton Blues supporter. A man close to my heart, Christian.
Yeah.
Treasure Cruise enthusiast, Toadskii, has joining us today.
Yo, dude, that's crazy. Like same place, same football team.
That's it,
What is
mate.
this?
That's right.
AFL, football, footy, check it out. Your mind will explode.
That's right.
Let's go.
All right.
And returning veteran to the show, you know him well. The man who loves to talk about crocodile and a Nell and all kinds of power scaling and hot
Sure.
debates. King of Lightning returns. Welcome, King.
Yo, where's my trophy, bro?
Your trophy's
Yeah, where is the trophy?
the trophy is on the shelf.
Eric never sent it
Why
to
is it on your shelf, not my shelf?
Group, it's
You can
in
see
the background,
It's in the
alright?
background. It's gold. It's still shiny. King of
Well,
dusted.
King
my
Regold
trophy.
won it last year, so it's his.
It's
now.
his trophy now. You
You
lost.
lost.
No.
You
I
lost
want
last
mine.
year.
Make another one for Recon.
No,
I
no,
want
no, no,
mine.
no, no. Alright?
Maybe
What
we
is
will.
this?
You lost. Alright?
No. Not the fucking year before. I want
If
my
you-
trophy.
Hey, man, you won the trophy, you gotta win the
It is
trophy.
what
What a trophy, sir.
Listen, King. We'll get you a trophy.
I'm owed a spot in the Hall of Fame, sir.
Alright, we got the trophy here, we will send it to you. alright?
One at one point.
Eric will send it to you. I've been telling you for years, like literally
It's
years.
a couple of years now.
Alright? Won't do it.
I'll get to it.
Alright?
Much like King will
Please.
get to various streams and videos he promises.
Sure.
Relax.
I'll get to it.
2020 is still not over yet.
Alright.
Don't worry about it. We'll get to it.
Gentlemen, today I bring you together for us to discuss WANO,
The WANO Summit.
the WANO Summit, where we are, where we're looking forward to, and how we're going so far. Onigashima started strong. The last couple of chapters,
Last one chapter
last week,
for us.
last chapter, Christian.
Yeah. Enraging.
We were enraged a little bit. I'm sure King can feel the same way.
Yes, the last chapter, there are some rage parts for damn sure, without
Now-
question.
I'm sure the people know King's opinions on Wano and One Piece very well, but Toadskii, a newcomer to somewhat of the opinion-based manga space, usually talking about Treasure Cruise. Toadskii, how are you enjoying Wano, One
First
Piece?
of all, for people who don't know Toadskii, let him introduce himself.
All right.
Alright?
This is kind of
There
the
we go.
introduction stage,
Alright.
Christian.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Toadskii. I say that at the start of every single video, so you know exactly who I am.
Yes.
But yeah, I've only been like really into One Piece, I'd say, since like start of 2015-ish, I'd say. Caught up with the anime, started reading the manga, and then as soon as I started catching up with the anime, the game Treasure Cruise came out, started making content on it. The rest is history. But dude, One Piece is like the best shit of all time. So if you're not reading the manga, you got to do that shit.
Yeah.
That's that. But either way, talking about Wanokuni,
Yes.
dude, Wanokuni has been a wild ride. A wild ride. I actually, I didn't like it that much at the start, but the more that it's progressed, I've actually liked it more and more. Especially with the flashback that happened not so long ago with
Yeah.
Oden, best flashback in One Piece history.
All right.
Odin's my
Whoa.
boy.
Aggressive opinion.
Very aggressive.
All right.
opinion.
Well, it's got Roger and Whitebeard in it, so you know.
And
it
Shanks.
it gets bonus points.
It just
That's
adds so much to the
phenomenal
story,
moments,
dude.
bro.
Adds so much.
It's got Raftal, it's got Joy Boy, it's got everything, alright? It's got
It's
secrets.
the most significant.
It's got
flashback.
everything but Odin
yeah.
in the Odin flashback. So, that's something.
Alright.
How you feeling about Onigashima, man? How you liking it?
It's crazy. Like there's so much going on. The revelation with Yamato. I'm a big Yamato fan. Yamato for Nakama.
Yes, of course.
But I don't really know what's going on. Like in terms of like, is this literally the final battle? Because I know like Mr. Morge has a pretty big opinion
We don't,
that, that this is not like the final battle.
we don't acknowledge Mr. Moore's opinion on this show, alright? We've
I
had...
want a lot of you guys. I want a lot of you guys.
That's my stance too.
Try to keep
I mean,
tabs.
that's my stance too, dog. So you know.
It's not the final... King, you have flip-flopped on this about 5 times.
No, I have I think 2 or 3 videos on the subject, where I touch upon the subject. Where I don't think that Luffy and company are gonna beat Kaido off the rip.
But they will, because they can't leave Onigashima, alright? They'll lose
Look.
and then come back in the same war, Let's not change
maybe
it.
maybe not necessarily like leave Onigashima, but I would still argue that they would still ultimately lose.
Now, King, did
Yeah, sure.
last week, right, when you saw Kinemon bloody Kaido for no reason, is your mind starting to change that maybe this is possible?
No, because Kaido has this really
What?
insane recovery rate. Because like Kaido, like look, like we had all the scabbards do the charge in, put your soul into it, snatch it,
Yeah,
and then
but-
they just went into their suicide charge. Each of them got a shot, including Kiku, got a shot in
Yep.
on this dude. And then after a minute, he just recovered and it's back to like, whoa, ro, 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 bring it on, kids. So not only does he take like virtually at time, he takes like virtually little damage. Also, he has a very high recovery rate. So he
Sure.
recovers like almost like a minute or so. He's good to go.
I need
So
Kaido to get W's real quick. I need a few W's from Kaido right
He
now.
needs to kill some people.
He needs to start cracking some heads in. This dragon form is real bad.
This Dragon Form never accomplishes anything.
It's such a shitty
alright?
form.
It's
But I
everything.
feel like
one of
the
the
scale's
Disney,
too
in a
big
way.
right now. The scale's way too big of Onigashima. I feel like this has to be like it. I mean, if this isn't it, then how big is the final battle going to actually be? Because everyone's here pretty much, right?
Well, we would have to bring in
no.
Shags,
We need all the
Blackbeard.
Empress.
Well,
to turn up
okay, yeah, well,
and Navy and shit.
bro, like everyone, like come on.
No,
If
not like
Blackbeard was
everyone.
here, if Shanks was here, if there's no animals here too. If Akainu, Fujitora, Kizaru, we haven't seen Green Bull. Yeah, he's
Green
still
Bull
a
is
silhouette
coming.
for no fucking reason.
Green
I think
Bull
it's
is
yeah.
coming.
I think it's pretty clear.
Folks want to say that the girls are actually like hand-to-hand
Oh my
masters,
God.
like
Oh,
all six of these
no.
guys.
Jesus
All right, fine,
Christ.
here we go. With the girls saying now they're all legends now. It's like,
Yeah.
okay. Then we have Weevil hasn't done a single thing yet. He has to come in there at some point. We have Miyok has to fight against Zoro at some
King,
point.
we understand
It's
who's
like,
not there,
oh,
okay? We
We-
don't need to list every character who's not here.
Bruh.
We get it,
They are not
right? We
coming to
get it.
Much.
Wano. They are not coming to Wano.
A few may
Oh,
or
no,
may not come
no,
to
oh,
one,
no.
right? We'll see who turns up actually. Now, I think it's pretty clear with Onigashima because we saw last chapter, you know, Usopp and Nami, they are going to separate
And get a fight.
and get a fight. It
Which we'd love to see.
seems like so. So perhaps it's more of an NES lobby style arc instead of a Marineford style arc. What are your thoughts on that? Are we going in that direction?
Well,
Let's
Kaido,
not jump the gun.
yeah, Kaido's already separated. As soon as we start separating characters, we can get those 1v1s we want. All right,
Yeah.
can get those fights we want to see. All right.
It was interesting when they first split up, and like even Sanji's just like to Usopp, look after Nami. Like he actually had like put a lot of trust in Usopp there.
Yeah.
Like, but it's a good page 1 and an ulti. I mean, I don't know.
This fight,
Like, we had to go gear 4 against ulti, right?
bro, this fight with Nami and Usopp and Ulti at page 1 cannot be skipped for the very reason of we need to know how they won. All right.
It's all IQ.
It's
on
all
Nami.
IQ plays from Nami and Usopp. You can't just skip that.
Yeah.
Alright? Please, Oda. Please.
Do you guys back in Nami and Usopp to work together to take out these two?
No.
There needs to be
IQ.
someone else. Someone else
You
has
know-
to join.
King, you're not taking into account the
King,
IQ factor.
IQ.
alright?
The IQ is massive. We can see that page 1 and ulti are massive goon status.
They're silly characters.
No,
They're silly
no,
characters,
no,
King.
no.
Come on,
Like
King.
not after page 1 was taking like an elephant gun to like the chin, and then he recovered like almost like after a minute, and then Ulti took a thunder bog. I mean, Luffy said, "I'm gonna go gear 4 against Ulti."
So it's
I don't
it's
think-
a pure power thing for you. They don't have the penetration.
No. What I can see them doing is I can see them stalling page 1 and Ulti. Yeah, fair enough, fine. But actually defeating wholesale for the rest of the arc, like no. Like I don't see page 1 Ulti being like the Khalifa of this of the flying six.
I
don't see
think this is my thing with Usopp and Nami. They multiply each other based on their own IQ and abilities.
They're both ranged fighters. They both got multiple traps, multiple tricks. They can get it done.
Usopp-
Right, which is why they'll stall them, but like not beat him wholesale.
Yeah,
'cause,
someone else has to
like,
join in to finish off the fight.
We've got
I
thunder
would agree with that one.
lenses. We've got impact dials, reject dials.
So-
we've got a bunch of shit we haven't seen.
Hey,
Usopp
hey,
does
Page,
have,
page 1 took a sober kick.
Usopp does have Sea Stone. We know he has Sea Stone
Seastone
handcuffs.
cuffs, Seastone handcuffs.
He may still have them.
All I'm saying is they can
Oh, that's
trap
my point.
them into a situation where they get defeated in some way.
Theoretically, all they have to do is hit them into the ocean. Theoretically. All right, theoretically, that's all they have to do.
Come on, but we know that theory never actually comes to fruition in One Piece, bro. Like anyone could be thrown to the ocean. Like why didn't Kaido drop himself? Like, come on, like why didn't Queen take literally Big Mom and just throw him to the goddamn water?
I feel like
come on, man.
I feel like
we know.
I feel like you two are underestimating the Straw Hats here with Nami and Usopp.
The IQ factor is great.
They're two members of the weak trio for a reason. I'm not buying them and like actually defeating wholesale Page One. I fully
backed them in. I fully backed them in, King. All right, you're being disrespectful to Nami and Usopp. All right, you're being disrespectful.
Nami even lost Zeus. It's like I can't say that she's gonna, like I mean, if she still had Zeus,
she was able to have a Luffy with Cracker for some hours.
What if like Carrot came in
with water? That counters Cracker.
Carrot Sulong, does she have the power to hold them off?
It would help with those two as well.
Yeah. Look, no one's saying Usopp is gonna be able to wrestle Page One.
No,
right?
it's all strategy. All right,
it's all rage nonsense strategy.
All right, it's all strategy.
Much like Miss Doublefinger.
Miss Doublefinger and Nami.
Similar.
It's
similar.
But
the problem is that like we've already seen like Miss Doublefinger, she was nowhere near the level of like all the other guys around her, arguably speaking.
Correct.
Whereas we seen Page One and Ulti take Thunder Bagras from Yamato and an elephant gun from Luffy and then get back up and like, okay, like we're still good to go. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's like honestly, when you look at like what Nami can do combat wise and Usopp, unless they have some crazy hidden like uber hockey crazy laser tech stuff from Frankie, I don't see them being able to actually like effectively wound these guys.
We have to keep in mind that they don't need to wound them to defeat them.
How much you take it to like
to stall them.
Sasaki was defeated quote unquote by Kirishiro or Denjiro, right? He was tricked and tied to a pole. That could happen. That's a defeat. That's a win.
That's a win.
Is that not a win, King?
Yeah.
I guess.
Now we all know that the films are canon, right? But we get a little glimpse into Oda's mindset.
Sure.
Usopp did do stuff against Bullet. All right.
So,
yes, he did.
Yeah,
he's the MVP of that movie.
So there's possibilities for the Pog Greens to be very powerful.
Sure. The Pop Greens, the gas.
We all know tech and manipulation of various items can be very powerful in One Piece sometimes. So I wouldn't necessarily underestimate Usopp's technical side.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But the Pop Greens, okay, but like again, like the Pop Greens being able to like damage the outer, I think it was called the
shell, whatever it's called.
It's the mech, whatever.
Yeah, like the outer, like the outer shell area, and then actually being able to like completely subdue or like completely knock out like either Page One or Ulti, I think is a hard stretch, especially again when Luffy said, "Okay, I need to gear 4 against Ulti." Like, that's a hard stretch.
Like what if Usopp used like an impact dial to like just take the hit of a ulti headbutt and then reject it back?
Now it probably will shatter his arm completely, but
Usopp's the punishment king.
Usopp used to getting battered.
Usopp's the punishment king.
He always gets fucked up in his fights.
He is. Yeah, he is. He definitely is.
So.
And expect new attacks. New attacks and new abilities and new tech.
Sure. Nami's got that new climb attack she's never used, so we'll see that. Yeah.
I mean, she used against Cracker, but all she could do was just make the biscuits wet.
She was able to stay alert and awake for 12 hours during that fight. What do you think about that, Kate?
Is that a feat, is it?
That's a feat. I couldn't do that.
That's a feat.
I couldn't do that.
That's a feat. Yeah, that's a feat.
I couldn't fucking do that.
Yeah. Give her that credit. Yeah, it's a feat. Yeah.
All right, she's in a life or death situation for 12 hours, and
I feel like if we add Chopper into this little duet, we
all know Chopper is gonna interfere in the Queen fight. All right, Chopper can't be here. All right, Chopper's gonna be mixing vials, curing diseases
by just throwing
on the
vials
fly.
On people.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? You know how it is.
Sanji and Chopper versus Queen.
Sure.
Is Chopper actually going to get a W?
Sanji's going up with Luffy right now. Like, Zoro and...
King. All right, yeah, okay.
That's what's happening right now. I mean,
he's going to get distracted.
I feel like Zoro and Sanji to get stopped by King and Queen, and Luffy's going to get up there.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, it looks like Queen has to... I mean, look, right now, Zoro's with Drake, and then Queen's in their way with Apu.
How do you guys feel about Kid and Law's role? Are they still gonna do something, or are they just kind of...
Well, you guys shit on Kid hard as fuck, man.
Always.
I mean, listen, Kid hasn't been great, but I want to see. But Kid's got to do something, right? It's like if Oda's being serious about how he said, "I want," or he thought that Kid would be the guy that he'd focus more
I'm pretty sure
on Supernova rather than Law.
I'm pretty sure Yamato's got more panel time than Kid. I'm just saying that.
Probably, actually.
I'm just saying that, King. Like, what's going on there?
Do you think they're gonna?
Unironically, I mean,
We all assume they're
this is
gonna
close.
assist with Kaido, right? We all assume Law and
Sure,
Kid are gonna
Kid.
fight
You would think
Kaido.
so.
Yeah, you
But
would think
is
so.
it possible for them to actually fight King and Queen, and Luffy just do his thing?
Is it
Well,
enough?
I
for
think
Kid?
like Kid has to get some sort of W, like a major W in Onigashima. He has to.
Agreed.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
he's a
agreed.
complete meme and a joke,
Yeah,
which he already kind of
Yeah.
is.
yeah.
So.
Well, okay, if because a lot of folks expect for Kid to be like Luffy's now like rival. Like a lot of folks are theorizing that Kid's gonna
Sure.
be like Luffy versus Kid before Shanks or some shit like that. Like people expect a lot from Kid in the future. And if Kid doesn't get a major W in this arc, then it's like, who is this nigga? Like really? Like who actually cares about Kid? Like for real?
Yeah.
Because now or never. Now or never.
It is.
look,
It is
it's
about
So like, so
correct.
like, what would you consider a major
next arc
W?
with us? No.
What would you consider a major W then? Like, who does he have to take out to be
Okay.
a W?
I would say either he plays a massive role in taking down Kaido, like a massive role.
I
Or
agree.
like either that or he takes down a commander by himself one-on-one.
Or like, what if he like low diffs a Toby Ropo?
Not enough.
Not enough.
I mean, Luffy
No, no.
Luffy really couldn't low diff. I don't know. We didn't see it. Listen, all right. Before we can't really judge Luffy until he uses Rio because it's like, how stupid is this Rio gonna be?
That's another
Okay,
point.
okay, well,
That's another
okay,
point.
wait, hold on, wait, okay, no. Okay, Toti. Remember how much love Law got from Punk Hazard on one? Like Punk Hazard.
Yeah, he's like the main. Like,
Dressrosa.
he's the MC.
Yeah, I mean, like Law is pretty much honorary Strat at this point in time. Like people love Law, and Law got. I mean, like Law has to this day one of the most like impressive feats where he cut like an entire mountain range. It's like, dude, the fuck
Yeah, but
wrong
that's
with you,
questionable what that was. But whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Did he,
But
did
at
he
the same
sacrifice
time-
his lifespan to do that?
Just to make a
Did like
just to
Kid
make a
just
point.
roll-
Oh, to change them so because he knew
Just to make a
Law's
point.
been too broken.
That's-
He made Law too powerful. He
Bro,
knew he did.
that's
He
such
knew
a
he
that's
did.
such an anime
Better nerf
meme.
Law.
Dude, Wano could be over in like 10 seconds.
It's such an anime
Right,
meme when they go, "Oh, I sacrificed my lifespan." Okay, bro.
Oh my god, I love that shit. But either way,
Bruh, the most
the,
anime shit is sacrifice lifespan and percentages on success
Yeah.
or power.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You have only 1%
it's great, though.
chance of survival.
Holy
All
shit.
right, let's take our mind back.
Okay.
Some 82 chapters ago,
Okay.
Act 1, we have arrived in Wano. In retrospect, how do we feel about Act 1? Act 1 is Luffy arriving, the revelation of the time fruit, and it ends on Luffy versus Kaido. How do we feel about Act 1?
I feel like
That was
it's
a long time ago.
I feel like it's like maybe the best act so far.
The most consistent act.
I-
Yes.
Yeah, I'll kind of agree because like Act 1, the only problem I have with Act 1 is the time stuff, which kind of to this day kind of throws me off a little
It
bit. I'm
doesn't
not a fan
matter.
of
It
the time
still
stuff.
doesn't matter.
It still doesn't matter, but the possibility of it mattering is still there. It
Yeah.
hasn't
Yeah.
changed. You know?
–
It's like Oda can have this ability, like in the future, with like, let's say, I know folks were saying that one of the Goros say, I'm like, oh, okay,
It's
here
kind,
we go,
it's kind
here
of
we go.
it's kind of weird with the future stuff because like we all assumed that Toki would like be the one to deliver the prophecy, but it's actually Odin's prophecy he told
Oh,
Toki.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
okay, what's the point of
So
What's
Toki's
the
even
point of
more
Toki?
worthless. Like,
Yeah.
even more worthless. Like by like every day that goes on, her worth just keeps on decreasing in value.
unless she
And
turns
then-
up somehow in this war.
Yeah.
That's crazy, alright? She just
But then you
teleports
can't
in.
forget about how, like, you know, like the Hold'em shit. Like there was this notion where like the headliners were pretty good. Like they were like kind of like noteworthy. Like Hold'em.
I don't
was,
know
like,
about
a
that.
Huge focus. No, they got like a lot of.
Bro,
Hawkins was-
Sheep's Head?
was the
Sheep's
headliner
Head?
too.
Come on. Sheep's
Yeah,
Head?
but then you had like Hold'em being like a lot of focus. So you have the whole thing with Hold'em and
Okay.
how that kind of played out. Then you had Hawkins being a headliner too, and Hawkins was the real deal.
Well, Hawkins is the real
then-
deal, I'll give you that.
No, Hawkins been I think like one of the best characters in this
Sure,
arc. Right?
sure,
I'm
sure.
not even
Hawkins is
lying
so
about it.
underrated, dude.
Yo, bro, yeah, this arc has been like he's been so fucking good.
I do
He's been so
enjoy
good.
Hawkins this arc.
Of course.
Yeah.
I could forget.
Oh my god.
The most anime character in One Piece.
You have a one.
Oh, we can't forget the best character in part 1 was Batman.
Of course,
True.
the anime.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
anime.
there we go.
Yeah, King,
It's just the anime for that second.
King, I got a bone to pick with you. Okay, what's going on? Phones
Why? What bone? I don't like Batman.
Alright, you keep
Not a
on
fan
you
of
keep
this
on
guy.
talking about how the anime's goat, how the anime's better. right?
Yeah, man,
And
it's
then,
better for sure.
And then we get scenes like Batman. And what are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. Batman is just a stain on what is the highest quality animation we've seen in One Piece thus far. Like, listen, keep it real. The anime is filling in a lot of the gaps that we've had in the manga, I think, very nicely.
Yeah, but not
like
well.
what happened with no, I think okay, listen, there are some issues like with Batman. Yeah, that Batman's a weird fucking issue. Like,
Okay.
no doubt about that.
All right.
But at the same time, when you have the Zoro stuff with the gambling scene and how he actually interacts with Tonoyasu, that is a lot more appealing and better orchestrated than, let's say, we just have them talk about it, like
Sure.
one big crammed in panel that and now we have to care about Tonoyasu all of a sudden. Who is this guy?
What do you
Like,
think?
he's maybe maybe
Yeah.
he's a bit flamboyant and Zoro likes him a lot. Like, who is this guy exactly? And we actually get that a lot more so.
It was
anime.
out of nowhere in Act 2.
Sure.
Yasu, out of nowhere.
Yasu was
Yeah,
kind of a
and
weird
I know-
part,
Dude,
yeah.
Bro,
But
Act 1, Zoro just leaves. It's like,
Yes, that was very annoying.
how?
Stan-
Why?
He got lost.
Classic
He got
Zoro, but
lost.
very annoying how he just kept on disappearing.
he got lost, all right? Classic Zoro.
Like, at least in anime, they put some like sword tiger. Like, fuck it, I'll
Alright.
take the sword tiger. Fuck it.
King, I'll ask you this question because I think this is really
Yeah.
where the thing is. It's like, what do you think about the Zoro versus Killer animated scene?
That was fantastic in the anime. That was
But
really damn
was
good.
the power scaling off and does it make sense? It was flashy
Um,
animation for sure, but
Okay, so
there were issues.
so here's the thing. There's not necessarily an issue because number one, this is 2 sword Zoro, not 3 sword Zoro. And then number 2 is that this is a killer this is a killer that's like I would argue somewhat nerfed. But then in the manga, when we have like literally like 2 small panels of like Killer and Zoro fighting, Zoro says, "Oh yeah, he's strong."
It wasn't 2 small panels. It was a chapter, all right?
No. We had like a face-off. Then you had Benki
chapter.
or Yukimaru.
Sure.
He comes in there wide open. Then in comes Killer. He's like, "Oh my god, Kamazo!" And then we see them clash.
Well,
and it's like, "Oh my god, he's actually strong." And then we cut away for a period of time where it fades into it fades like the next scene where they're still fighting each other. And then we have that where, oh my god, wide open again! Whoa!
But
wide
I feel
open.
like the
Come
anime
on.
makes Killer look even more trash than he was in the manga. With the
think so?
Nani? What is this massive attack from Zoro? Well, I can't do anything about it. Nani?
It also makes Zoro.
No.
I don't know. It
I argue the
changes.
reverse.
It changes the context of the fight a little bit, which is okay. It's not massive changes, but it makes Zoro exert himself far more than what he needs to than he did in the anime.
Yeah.
Killer wasn't really using his same weapons either that he normally uses.
Yeah,
That's
I
true,
know all
too.
that stuff, but before Zoro's like charging in with his onigiri,
I don't think-
and like Killer's throwing energy beams at him
I
and
think
doing nothing.
See, if
Yeah,
I,
haircuts.
Yeah,
for me,
but
I feel like they've changed a little bit of direction with how they feel about the anime.
yeah,
Because I think that, like, if I were to direct the anime, right, I'd keep it as close to the manga as I possibly could and make sure I intend and carry
it's
on.
about
in-
Oda's intention.
Yeah, I carry on in Oda's intention pretty precisely.
Yeah,
But they've clearly made Wano into a let's just get the flashy stuff, the Twitter
Twitter
clips,
clips,
let's
yeah,
get the
sure.
hype, which is cool, which is fine. We all like to see cool
but it's
stuff.
not Oda's intention.
Yeah, but
right?
let's talk about Sanji versus Page One.
I mean,
right?
that's kind of
Well, his
okay,
intent-
wait, no,
His
wait, but that's
intention is
kinda,
for Zoro to win, really.
Sure.
right, exactly. It's like it's contradictory because like Zoro still struggles in the manga against Killer. The severity of it is more distinct in the anime because they don't skip a lot of that stuff. They show that Killer can do air cuts.
Yes.
They show that Zoro and Killer were trading blow for toe for toe. In the manga, all that's wrapped up in that one sentence where he's strong. When in the anime, they just show you how strong he is. I mean, this is someone that's, if we do the parallel of, let's say, Kid and Luffy, then Killer and Zoro should be somewhat of the same level, but Killer should be like a bit under Luffy, a bit under Zoro, I'd argue. So it's like, it kind of makes sense here to where Killer was in a weird, messed up state, and then he's still matching Zoro, and then he does lose a sickle, so you have a one-sickled Killer, or Kamazo, against a now 3-weaponed Zoro, so it's Zoro at full power, and then Killer's lost a sickle,
alright.
so that he can't do his max skill.
But-
So like all these different things matter.
But
obviously.
weapons don't
And then
increase
when he-
durability and stamina.
No, but it's about technique. It's like because Zoro lacks his 3 swords, he can't use his full scale techniques.
Yeah, I understand what's going on. Let's take the Sanji page 1 example from the anime, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves the flashy kicks and stuff.
But it makes Sanji
But
look weak.
It makes Sanji look
'Cause
like
he
a
didn't do
complete
anything.
clown because nothing happened to page
Yeah.
1.
So page 1 was fine after the sober kick. What the fuck?
No.
He
It
just
makes
gets up
Sanji
and he just gets up and he's like, "Oh, sober mask, I'll get you." Nothing happened to him.
Yeah.
It's
just
just
Again,
like-
just
I would
not
argue,
care.
I would argue the reverse. I would argue the reverse.
Yeah, of
I think
course
that
you
makes Sanji
would.
way stronger.
I agree. I do think that Sanji looked a little weak in that battle.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of his technique, I loved everything that he did, but, like, I just felt like he should have done more.
Yeah, he
to page
fucking
1.
literally blew up the planet and page 1 gets up and dusts himself off.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's not even remotely true, bro.
Bro, like-
if you okay, so it's like there was a notion, obviously,
Yeah.
that I think was kind of accurate, where it's like we thought that page 1 was, like, or else we didn't know what happened when it came to Sanji page 1, because we saw Sanji afterwards and he was clean. So Sanji was clean. Page 1, we have no idea what happened.
Yeah,
Page
but
1.
King, like, the intention is changed in the anime because at the start of the fight, Sanji goes, "Let's finish this off quickly. I have to knock him out, otherwise he's gonna ruin the plan." And then Sanji does this crazy kick, and it does nothing, and then he runs away. What is that?
that's
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sanji essentially accomplished one of his goals. So he accomplished most of his goals, with the exception of one goal, which was to knock out or to take out one of their main guys, page 1. Sanji did promise that to Law. He promised 3 things. Number 1, he wasn't going to reveal his identity. Number 2, he wouldn't get hurt. And number 3, he was going to take out one of their top guys. He failed in one of them, but the other 2 were accomplished. The same notion kind of applies in the manga, but it's an assumption on our parts as the readers that he actually did take out page 1. So in the manga, so in the anime, it's more clarified to where all Sanji was really doing was just using the raid suit and just testing out the ability raid suit. And then that was it.
And shout out to that raid suit, very doable.
Very durable.
Almost unbreakable, perhaps.
I mean, bro,
raid
like,
suit
not,
is
bro,
sexy.
like not even durable. It's like the raid suit was so shockingly impressive where he makes a freaking force field.
No,
which
that's
calls-
not
That's
canon.
not canon.
Don't
That's
use
not
that.
wait a minute, time out. And then in the
Why time
narration, they denote how he's able to accelerate at the speed of light.
Okay, shut
Now
no.
that shit was orgasmic.
I'm more
and then
talking-
and then on top of all of that, none of that
Yeah.
even matters in terms of power. None of that even really matters from the anime standpoint because Sanji beats Drake in the next episode.
Listen,
He knocks
He
him
doesn't
out.
beat
so
him.
it's completely inconsistent.
He
and
knocks
annoying.
out Drake.
It's
He
really-
does it in the manga and it's all canon, alright? So
and,
you can
and,
stop.
and it's
Yeah, but in the
inconsistent
manga,
with
we don't
itself.
see what happens. Whereas the anime, we
No,
do. Of course, yeah.
King, come on. You know Sanji didn't knock out Drake, alright? You know that didn't
I
happen.
don't know what happened between Sanji and Drake in
King,
the manga. Literally.
the problem with the anime for me is it's inconsistent. Sanji can knock out Drake, but he blows up the planet and can't knock out page 1.
No. The reason
Without
why
the
it's
raid suit.
inconsistent. No. The reason why it's inconsistent, if you want to use that word, because I won't say that at all, because the problem is that there is nothing to gauge it off of in terms of the manga, because there's holes that Oda leaves
fine.
on purpose, probably.
But
it's like if Oda actually shows what happened between Sanji and at the end of that, and then let's say what happens in the anime is what happens in the manga, then yeah, fine, it's inconsistent. But we don't see what happens. We don't know what happens.
So before the stream, Toadskii and us were talking about the anime and how he's got anime only watchers, right? I feel bad for the anime only watchers who are completely confused as to where these characters are at, what these characters can do, and where they are.
I mean, to be fair, the manga readers are also in the same boat. Alright, to be
Kinda,
fair.
but
That's
it's a
what
little
I'm
bit more
trying to say.
consistent.
It's
It's a little
like,
bit more consistent.
This is a Wano problem. Like, this is a Wano specific problem where
Like, look at-
Oda has left a lot of these open questions in terms of power, in terms of events. Like, there was a
But-
thing I remember where, like, no, I remember, like, there was a thing where, like, Robin and Nami, and mainly Nami, they were talking about, Toko and make sure that, like, Toko was, like, okay, all right. And then at one point, they either forget
never go,
or, like, they just leave Toko. Yeah, so they never go back to it.
we
So what
know
fuck
the
happened here?
problems.
We know Act 2 is
yeah,
garbage,
look,
right?
Think about this from an anime only perspective, right, King? Luffy can't one-shot Batman, right? Sanji does no damage to page 1, but is able to knock out Drake with a
Yeah.
jumble. Like,
Okay,
what's going on?
He does. Wait. He does do damage to page 1. Like, we mean no damage. Like, page 1 is bleeding at times. So from
You
Sanji's
understand
hit.
it's consistent,
So it's
right?
like-
Hey, Sanji did equal damage to...
Batman looks stronger than page 1 in the anime.
Batman.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Batman.
So-
okay,
That
yeah,
was a
I don't-
huge
okay, yeah,
mistake,
but wait. Okay, but you see how later on in the series they had another filler scene to where Luffy just coasts Batman and Gazelle Man.
So
He just coasts them.
which one is it? Is it inconsistent? Correct.
No, I can't say it's inconsistent because in the manga, Oda doesn't give you shit.
Yeah, but King, there are directors that have the choice of making these choices and keeping it consistent. Okay, it's not like
I would say that.
it's not like they go, "Oh, we don't know what to do. We can't do it."
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you if there was actual evidence within the manga itself that proved otherwise.
Yeah,
the
so
problem is that there's not.
Make the filler and the extra content.
cannot
consistent.
wait.
Yeah, I just needed to pad out the episode.
I cannot wait until in the manga when Sanji
And in the manga.
when Sanji unlocks and Haki hardening in the manga, what the fuck is the anime gonna do then?
Just be confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they gonna do?
Okay, well, you can say he unlocks it, but at the same time, it's like, was it actually like Oda could literally like? I guarantee
you know how
Oda's probably
clear
taking
Oda is
notes.
with Haki without Haki.
No, I'm making the assumption because my guess is that because Oda is so hell bent on like getting to like a certain point, like getting to like the finish line, he probably is giving the anime Toei and the director some intel, some information
Conspiracy
that he's
perhaps.
left out from the manga. That's been my assumption on
But
various fronts.
Sanji's done attacks in the manga with no armor forever. So
No,
where this
okay,
is
like
going.
there's one particular scene, like for example, it's like when Sanji kicks Drake when he's holding Toko,
And it does
then
nothing?
when he blocks Daifuku's attack at the end of Whole Cake Island, there are these. Like, if you zoom in, again, it's not clear at all,
it's not
obviously.
armored. It's
But
definitely
if
not
you
armored.
zoom in on his leg kind of looks like a little blackish. Like,
Are
like
you
his
aware
leg
that it's
looks
a
like
stick
my
figure?
leg.
Are you
His
aware
leg
that it's
looks
a
like
stick
my
figure?
leg. I'm like, what the fuck is
stop,
it?
right?
Like,
King, you need to be stopped, all right?
look, I'm just telling you, yes, like Sanji hasn't used it.
Wait, King, are you telling us?
distinctly in the manga.
Are you telling us that you're always in full body armor? Is that what you trying to tell us?
Oh, no. Oh, for me, yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah. King's
Watch out for that drop kick. It's nasty.
I'm walking around studded out, son. Let's go.
Okay.
Looking like Virgo all damn day.
Okay.
No, you're not supposed to go full body armor. That's when you lose.
That's right.
Stop.
King's
Respect,
always
son.
losing.
Stop.
King's always
Clean.
coughing out.
Yeah,
so.
King is clean, all right? Don't worry about it.
Hey, what happened to Pika though?
What happened to? Yeah.
We're having a Virgo, we're having a
Pika
Pink,
was
about the
close
same
here,
thing.
and then Law go through a mountain range. So let's give Virgo that credit,
Alright.
okay? Come
So,
on.
just to finish on Sanji, we are impressed by the raid suit. It seems to be almost unbreakable. We'll see how
Sure.
that goes when he fights someone.
Sure.
But he was able to take no damage from King, which I find
King,
interesting.
do you reckon? What do you think the raid suit is? Is it like a magical science? Runs off the vitality of the user, runs off stamina, or do you think it's just a suit? Because
Just
it's
a
like
suit.
just a
Because
suit.
everyone can put it on, right?
No, only
Oh no,
Defensible
no.
can.
Not anyone, but it's like okay, it's like
only Sanji because like morphs with his DNA.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah, okay. So
would you
I
say
can't say it's magical because like okay, look, like I know it's like a weird thing here, but like
yeah?
well, it's not actually no, it's not weird because it's not actually it's a concept where it's like there is no magic in One Piece. Like One Piece is not a magic.
Yeah, I know. I
series.
just use magic as like we don't really know what it
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
It's like it's all tech, it's all science. So it's like when Sanji can go invisible, like the raid suit itself, like the raid suit itself, it's all based on German science and German technology.
Yeah.
And so it's like there's a possibility that they potentially use some ancient tech that we're not aware of. per se, 'cause-
My main question is like, do you think it like uses the person's stamina to like upkeep it, or is it just pieces of clothing? Because
I would
in one
just say-
in one hand, if it does use like stamina and shit, Sanji can like upgrade it with his own training. But if it's just a suit, he can't really like upgrade it and get better with
He
it.
can only upgrade himself, but like
Yeah.
it's to me the raid suit's a little bit unfair. But
Yeah, it has some limits on it. Although
Oh wait,
it's
I
unfair.
like how on one front people were like when it first came out, this shit's not that big of a deal. It's just
Well,
a raid
we
suit,
didn't
like,
know what the fuck it
German
did,
kids suck.
alright?
And now as Wano passes on, all of a sudden he takes a point blank beat from King. Wait a minute now,
It
it's
is-
just kind of broken.
To be
I've
fair-
been saying it's broken.
To be
I've been
fair,
saying it's
Candy
fucking
Bullets
broken.
King. To be fair, Candy Bullets Perspo is here. You don't know what's gonna happen.
There's
Alright?
Wait,
Candy-
didn't
The
Sanji
candy
say,
bullets.
didn't Sanji say
Right.
that like he wanted like Frankie or Usopp to like
Sure.
upgrade the suit in some capacity?
I'm sure later.
Yeah,
on.
so he wants some modifications to the suit. Like, what do you
Right,
mean
right.
exactly? Like it feel like a design change.
It's gonna be like
you know?
change. Take these logos off and put the Straw Hat logos on.
Right.
That'd be pretty dope.
Or,
actually.
or let's say like even like for example like in one of these chapters when you see him like after King,
Sure.
he's not wearing he's not wearing the sunglasses.
Do you guys
and I
think he's
wonder why
gonna
he wears
be?
sunglasses,
Do you guys think
you
he's
know?
gonna be sober mask forever?
I
Or is
don't-
it gonna change?
Maybe, but I mean, I think that's someone who probably acknowledge was to be
Like,
a stealth black,
is he's-
not necessarily sober man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see his wanted poster eventually becoming Sober Mask.
It has to be a meme.
Or a separate wanted poster being wanted being Sober Mask.
I don't think it'll be a meme at some point because I would say that at some point in the future, I think that
He's gonna be
Sanji's going
recognized.
to wind up. Like at some point in the future, I can see Sanji leading Germa essentially. At some point, like in like come like the final war, when they need like as many allies as possible. Like if it's gonna be like a global, like an actual global war, where we're gonna have battles in like the Grand Line, New World, East Blue, North Blue, like however Oda wants to actually do this crazy global war.
Because that thread was never really resolved in a positive way. It was kind of resolved in a negative way.
Right.
So that could change.
And then also when it comes to the raid suit, keep in mind that Sanji has literally just used the basic abilities of the raid suit. We know that in terms of Yonji, Ichiji, Niji, and Reiju, they have another level of their that they can tap into. It's like, for example, it's like Yonji, he's able to break apart his arm into like section using the raid suit. Niji has a light speed sword.
Okay.
Ichiji can somehow manipulate the energy around him into like energy orbs. Like he's a goddamn Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, King, we've read the manga. We know what it is. All right.
I'm just saying.
We got $5 from Hebi who says, "I thought lots of different production companies work on the anime." Yes, that is true.
But there is a lead
producer who has control over the series. Don't get that twisted.
Okay.
You don't think Oda's telling this guy like, hey, like let's add this part, let's add that part? You don't think that's happening?
I think some of that is happening.
Do you remember when King's wings were white and then they had to change it because they were wrong?
Yeah, that was big.
Facts.
So how much do they actually know?
Dropped, everyone was confused. Like, wait, what? Like, they're literally black in the manga.
Listen, it's really complex. We don't know what's actually going on. Various things happen for various.
Do they talk to each other? Probably. Is it like a DM chat every 2 minutes? No. All right. It's probably like once a week. They get time with Oda.
I'm sure they get notes and stuff, but
sure, but
So yeah, Christian.
Anyway, enough about Sanji. All right, enough about Sanji. Let's move on to Act 2. In my opinion, the worst stretch of One Piece ever written. All right, and that's big for me to say, but I fucking cannot stand Act 2 of WANO. It is so bad. But
give us a reminder of what happened to Act 2. Christian.
Well, the whole Taniyasu thing with Zoro coming out of nowhere. We got Big Mom Amnesia plotline. Worst thing that's ever happened in One Piece. I'll say that. I don't think that's too controversial.
Yeah, it's one of the worst. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
All right,
for sure.
Then we have to go gather samurai. We have to go gather weapons. Stuff we really don't care about too much. Finding the other samurai. They didn't really get enough time to develop. Mm-hmm. It's muddled. It's messy. We got lightning pacing in some respects, like Kid just disappearing out of Onigashima and then coming back. And then we've got other chapters that are glacially slow, like Kawamatsu and Gukimaru's little backstory flashback. The pacing's so inconsistent and weird. We keep getting told how great Oden is without getting the flashback, but now we've got the flashback in Act 3. So Act 2 is confusing, it's messy, it's got some of the worst plot lines in One Piece.
Confusing choices
by Oda. All that kind of stuff. What do you reckon about What do you reckon about that?
I actually totally agree with what you're saying there. Yeah, because like there were definitely some chapters there I was just like, oh, what's going on? Like when is it actually gonna, get to the meat and potatoes?
Get to the firework factory.
And 100% agree on the Big Mom stuff. God damn, dude, what was that decision?
Yeah, it's
and the most perplexing thing about that decision is it didn't like amount to anything.
Yeah, like Luffy could have just been in Queen. We don't need Big Mom to come in to be Queen.
They could have just captured Big Mom on the beach. Like it didn't have to happen.
Yeah,
it was confusing.
The chopper shit is egregious. Like just low key, it is egregious. Like it is so disappointing and so jarring. But just Chopper and like Kiku's like this is the future Shogun of Wano, and just the level at which he wanted to put his life at risk is kind of shocking. And then Kinemon, like not being there too, is also kind of like a bit off-putting. Granted, they did separate because of the whole Kaido the blast breath, and they have to go and check on Sudu, and then we have to go back.
Which Kinemon could have cut.
All
right, don't forget about that. Kinemon definitely could have cut that brass breath and just stood there, and then they dodged it via.
But again, remember he found out by Kiku that Sudu was in Okabori town, and so he freaked the fuck out like, oh shit, I need to go get Sudu right now.
So you're saying
but
he was too
then,
sweaty to use his technique?
the plague bullet shit, that was disappointing as fuck. Just chopper. Okay, easy.
That's
easy
fine.
clap,
That's
easy
fine
carry.
to me. The good.
What?
Now let's talk about the good things about Act 2, Christian.
What's that?
Luffy's speech to the men.
Okay, that was
Willing
good.
to
like
take
that.
the disease. I'm the pirate king. I'm gonna be fucking Kaido. Let's go.
The decoration.
I always love
some
a
of the
good Luffy
brutal stuff
speech.
was good.
I love the Luffy speech. Sucker for a Luffy speech.
Yeah. But Act 2 was a sad time.
And you got splitting the skies with Big Mom and Kaido.
Sure.
and
You got a couple hype chapters here or there.
Is that it? I mean, I'd say like there's other, like Zoro gets Enma. You have the spin in the sky.
Is that sullied by what we
Luffy's
have in the
being-
flashback though? What's going on with Emma right now? I don't know.
In hindsight, it's a little weird.
We've got to see how that Emma plays out a little bit.
I mean, honestly, like, what's right now the main takeaway is that Enma, it's special, but only on paper. At this point in time. It's like
the takeaway now
Oden-
is the sword is not that special because all you need
is Rio to damage Kaido.
to hurt Kaido.
Yeah.
So
All you need is
And then
Rio.
on top of that, like, we find out that in the flashback in Act 3, okay,
There's
actually,
two
it was not just
swords.
Enma he used. He used both Amino Hibikini and Enma. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, what?
Alright.
Odo, I don't
now
understand. Like,
people in the chat
what makes Enma special?
people in the chat we know the quote is to scar Kaido. We are aware of the quote. All right.
I mean, to be fair, Kaido has not been scarred by Kinemon, so I guess
Yes,
that's
true.
factual. Factual, but the feeling, the intent,
Is still
we'll throw it off a little
Sullied.
bit, all right? We'll throw it off a little bit.
And again, it's not just that sword. The Amino Hibikiri
Also did.
also
Yeah.
scarred Kaido.
also that's kind of a meme as well. It's not really like a huge
Yeah.
fucking deal, but yeah, I get it.
No, it is because it was noted that that sword was the one to actually. Like,
Okay,
cut
but
Kaido.
they're both still legendary swords in their own right. You know?
Yeah, fair enough, but it was that one that cut Kaido.
But both
I'm
cut
aware.
Kaido. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's a
now we
two-sword
know.
style
Both,
attack.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
at one point they said it was
Yeah.
this sword and the holy shit, and
I-
then it was but it's both swords.
You
dude.
can't forget
What?
maybe the best part of Act 2, Christian.
What's that?
Kinemon's chicken mount. All right,
Okay,
don't forget about it.
Kinemon's chicken
That,
mount.
that fire rooster, one of the best mounts in One Piece. All right.
I like
Nah, not
Hawkins'
true,
deer
dude.
better.
No, not true. Yo, Hawkins' deer mount. Oh my god.
Deer mount's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, the deer mount's so fucking clean. Holy shit.
What about
I love
Jack's?
that
What
thing.
about Jack's lizard thing? Is that
Nah.
no points for that?
Nah,
Shark,
nah.
crocodile. No.
That's kind of mid.
All right. Now let's move in to. Oh wait, we can't forget about the trader plot line.
Oh,
We cannot
yes.
forget about Act 2 and the trader plot line.
Is it Lord?
How many chapters were like, who's
I
the
guess
trader?
Lord Hawkins spread out through all this is
Sure.
good as well.
Oh yeah, then you got the final law part though, which is like questionable, right?
Yeah.
What the prison little scuffle, whatever happened there? Was it a sneak attack? Did Drake undo the handcuffs?
Did Break bash Hawkins in the back of the head?
Who knows?
All that was mid as fuck, dude. Like
Yeah.
all that was just that was not good.
There was so much
Just
build up
skipping that
between.
entire bout.
Yeah.
Like Hawkins apparently had like Hawkins. I mean, just to keep Drake's identity, like, it's not actually Drake. Just to keep it hidden. We don't see what happens between Hawkins and Law, which
Yeah.
I think was very. That skip, like, there's so much skipping in this arc. It's absurd, and that's one of the things where it just irks the shit out of me, man. Like that. Well, hell no, man. Like that's I'm hoping that the anime they probably will show a lot more of that, which I'm looking forward to for damn sure. Absolutely, 1,000%. You have the reuniting of Sanji and Zoro again, which was actually pretty fucking great. That was fun.
Yes. And did anyone get emotional about Yasui here when he died?
No,
No.
No.
No, but was it good?
no.
That's what we're kind of getting at. Like
Yeah.
no one really connected to Yasui because
There were people out there who did, but I don't really buy that.
The,
It's
the
like,
anime
someone
put a
died
lot of
sad.
sauce on it.
I mean, the scene
Yeah.
was fine though. To be honest, it's just I
Yeah,
don't really care.
Yeah, I agree with Toadskii. It's like I think like the scene was good, but I just didn't care
Yeah,
that
but
much about
the intent
Yasui.
of the scene is to
Yeah.
become emotional about Yasui, is it not? And no
Yeah.
one really felt that. So
People felt
In
it,
the
but-
anime, you get that. In
Yeah,
the
in
manga,
the-
you don't.
I felt really bad for Toko though. Like Toko, just seeing her cry, like that was
Right.
bad.
the toad oil was a
Right.
nice touch. Extra layer of just knife in the heart.
Yeah.
Trying to heal her father with a toad oil. Usopp, you trash man.
Usopp lies not paying off, alright?
Yeah.
So that's Act 2.
What about the
It's a
reveal
stain.
of the smile and how they work? Are you happy with that?
We yeah, it was a cool reveal, but we already know Orochi was a piece of shit. So it's like, is this really like the big reveal that Orochi's
Alright.
bad?
It's just interesting to see how they work though.
Yeah, it's
Right,
interesting.
it's a
Yeah.
chance.
Act 2 is one of those One Piece things that I think will get lost to time, and everyone will forget about.
All the bullshit.
How
Yeah,
bullshit it was, and it's not really a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Once we move past it, I imagine Wano will be remembered for all the hype moments.
sure. A lot of high moments.
It'll be in the mass majority, it'll be one of the greatest arcs of all time,
Sure.
just because of the hype moments.
Yeah,
But I think to more astute readers that were there week to week, it's a little bit brutal.
yeah, it's
Yep.
brutal.
I would argue that there's going to be a huge disparity between people that actually watch the
Like,
anime only
yeah.
and then people that read the manga. Because
So-
in the anime, I think it's actually done pretty well overall.
Yeah.
Whereas in the manga, Act 2 in particular kind of drags down the rest of the.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Act 2 and then at the beginning of Act 3. Because that flashback was not as good as it should have been.
Toadskii,
gonna
how do you feel about it? Like, how do you
It's
feel
gonna be
about it?
interesting. I think it's gonna be somewhat similar to like Dressrosa, because like reading week to week Dressrosa was tough.
Yeah.
But like when people go back and like binge it, they reckon it's like one of the best arcs of all time. And I think one will be the same, because like week to week, yes, some chapters are good, some chapters are not so good. That's week to week
Yeah.
manga for you. But when you go back and binge it, I think Wano will definitely be like top 5 best arcs, no doubt, for sure, has to be.
Depending on the landing, of course, which is the most
Well,
important.
Yeah, depending on the
I-
landing.
I've never heard that just Rosa, even after a reread, was like one of the best in the
We
series.
King,
but,
we did
you know.
recently reread
Yes.
Dressrosa.
No, I recently
Christian
reread
reread it.
Dressrosa.
I
right?
recapped the episode with
100 chapters.
Yes.
4 hours long podcast, all right? We went through all of it, every chapter, every detail.
And the conclusion, Christian.
The conclusion is, it could have been one of the greatest arcs of all time. But one word, Birdcage, ruined it, all right? The Birdcage ruined the arc.
And Birdcage is really the only
Birdcage.
problem. Dude, the Birdcage is really the only problem with the arc.
Yeah.
Doflamingo may be one of the best written
Oh,
villains.
Doflamingo was a fantastic villain. There's no doubt
When you
about
go
that.
reread Dressrosa, watch Doflamingo.
Even when he's losing, he's winning.
I mean,
That's how
Don't
great
get
he
me wrong,
is.
of course, he's great.
Doflamingo, great villain.
Dofi's one of the great villains.
But yeah,
Underrated.
Dressrosa could have had so much potential, but the Birdcage is so annoying.
Unlike Kaido right now, right?
Yeah,
See how Kaido's taking damage and getting thwarted, right?
yeah.
Think about Mingo versus Luffy. Luffy gets the Red Hawk, but completely fucks up Law.
Sure, but even in Gear 4, Mingo works it out, strategizes, and comes back.
Yes.
Right?
So we need to see Kaido's rebound.
We need to see Kaido's
and
rebound.
it needs to be brutal.
Yeah. Also, Big Mom's rebound. Let's not forget her. She's also here.
Yes.
Right? Can't forget about
I
Big Mom.
want to see Law do a gamma knife on Kaido. I
And
want
then
to see how that works out.
hopefully he gets...
My theory
Yeah,
is it like negates the dragon healing factor because he's constantly taking damage. That's in my headcanon.
I mean, if
What-
Mingo
whatever
could
it
heal
does.
himself to stitch himself together with strings,
It's so broken.
like, whatever, like,
It is.
Kaido could just regenerate
It's
his
kinda
entire
crazy.
organ system.
But that's why I think the Gamma Knife is gonna like equalize the dragon healing factor with the constant amount of
And
damage he's
I
taking.
will
or
remind
whatever.
people, don't underestimate Marco's secret, I lose my lifespan healing ability
Yeah.
that he's going to heal Luffy
Of course,
with, okay?
of course.
Don't
Whoa,
underestimate
where the fuck
that.
did that
It's
come
gonna be
from?
some
Whoa.
granny. It's gonna be some
We're just-
Gara granny bullshit.
King, it's
alright?
obvious as the day's long.
It's
okay?
anime as fuck. You know that's anime as fuck. alright?
Marco's not here for no
Marco
reason.
taking the L, taking the big
Marco's-
L just to save Luffy's
Marco's
life or some
life,
shit.
Marco's life, Phoenix Reborn. He turns
Oh,
to Ash and then
It'll be,
heals
no,
Luffy.
it'll be like, oh, I couldn't save Ace, but I could save Luffy. Here's my lifespan. That's what it's gonna be. All right.
Wait, hold on. So then we have to admit that Luffy's gonna get to that point in the first place, which means that
Yeah, Luffy's gonna lose the first
Yeah.
fight against Kaido. We all know that's happening.
King, no one's
alright?
saying Luffy will have a straight, clean victory. No one's saying
No, Luffy's gonna lose the first clash with
you will
Kaido and
be
he's gonna come back.
surprised who exists out there in the ether. You'll be honest to
The-
God
the
shocked.
supernova will
Have
be
you
heavily-
seen Wing Zero, dog? Holy shit!
The
you'd be
supernova
surprised.
will be heavily damaged. A lot of people are going to cop owls.
Sure,
But Luffy, infinite stamina, infinite will rebound.
sure. He'll lose and then come back. We all know he comes back, but he's not leaving Onigashima and this battle is not ending.
It reminds
Right.
me of maybe the Majin Buu fight, Christian, where Vegeta's holding off
Well,
Buu,
yeah, where
and while
fucking
Goku's recovering.
Goku's
Perhaps
charges
a
Spirit
similar
Bomb.
situation
Yeah.
where Kid and Laura trying to hold off Kaido while Luffy's getting his stamina back.
Sure.
Something like that.
I
Well,
think
like
that-
already
yeah.
what's going on with Kaido right now with the Minks. How do you guys think like the Minks are gonna go against Kaido? Well, specifically Inu and Neko.
They're too strong and they're too bastard at this moment to do nothing, so they have to damage Kaido, which
In
is
some
annoying.
way, it's annoying as shit, but it is what it
Yeah,
is.
it's annoying as shit.
But, like,
once again,
Sulong-
another asterisk on this fight. But at the same time,
King, I
so it's
told
Kaido,
you.
so,
I
know.
told you years ago, Sulong, Neko, and Ino will be stupid.
They're like
bastards.
Admiral level. All right, can we say that?
Ridiculous.
Bro, listen, I didn't say that they weren't going to be. My problem was that
Roll the
I
tape.
really wanted to see them actually have their fight against Jack.
Yeah.
Which didn't happen.
But it was
okay?
it was a
That
low
is something that
diff.
was built up since Zoe,
Yeah.
and then that was I think the worst part of the last
Yeah.
chapter by far,
I-
where we just skip like Jack
I
just falls to
agree.
the ground like
We
a
agree.
bitch, and it's over.
We
Oh
gave,
my
we
God,
gave,
Kaido!
we
Like
gave,
Kyle, like he's a goddamn mother hawk. Like, no, enough. I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened? No
King,
way.
we gave last chapter
no
a 5.
way.
We,
The guy that coached these guys for 5 days and nights straight, and we get skipped. No,
Like Kaido says, it's not that you're weak; it's just that they're really strong. Well, forget show us.
Show
us
us
how
how
they're
they-
strong.
if it's a
Come on,
speed,
what?
if it's a speed,
Oh.
if it's speed,
If it's a
blitz-
speed boost one shot, at least show us the panel.
Yeah.
You know?
Show me. That's what I'm saying, man.
I
Show
agree.
Me the
We
speed
agree here.
blitz.
We do have a
God,
donation.
that was terrible.
We have a donation from Dave, the Inhuman King. Do you think Arouge will end up in Wano? Thoughts on this?
Bro, Arouge is going to the moon right now to grab NL. But yo, listen, man, we have a fucking. He's gonna say, "Hey, yo, boss,
said
you have a
that,
problem
yeah.
right now in Wano. NL and Arouge on my way."
And then
we find
Usopp
out, oh
one-shots
shit,
NL?
Arouge,
That's crazy.
top priest of
King.
NL's
I think-
army. NL's coming with a robot army. Let's go.
I think-
I'm waiting. Fuck.
I think
Please.
I think you both were there in the river when Roger was giving his theory about all the supernovas turning up in Wano.
No,
And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
it's too late now. It's too late.
Yeah, it is too late. I mean, like Capone has like a fucking 95-page cover
story.
and then now he's gonna hop on
Oh
into
my God.
Wano. Like, spare me.
which
There's no
which
way.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
done.
is 2 weeks in the past. I don't know about the
I
timeline
don't know what
on
the
that.
timeline is on that, but
I'm
whatever.
pretty sure that's 2 weeks in the past.
Something like that.
Because
We'll
that thing,
see.
that, I think
Something
that
like
thing's happening at the while the reveille's going on.
I mean, Bonnie right now is
Yeah.
still in the Holy Land, but
he's
focusing
like,
that
he's like
Kuma
Kuma,
smacked her
Kuma's
and
gonna
Sabo
teleport
to
him.
Wano.
What? Why?
Yeah, that's the thing,
Because
why?
Momonosuke at some point will turn into a grown man, either by Shinobu
Or
or
Bonnie.
by Bonnie. And then grown Momonosuke will take down Kaido.
It's
some
so
shit like that.
it's so many theories built on top
All
of
right,
each other. It's
all right.
ridiculous.
Oh,
Enough
yeah.
about that.
Oh, yeah, it's
Enough
crazy.
about that. Let's talk about Act 3.
Yes.
All right, of Wano. What is Act 3? Act 3 is the Wano flashback, Oden flashback, and Onigashima.
Yes.
All right. So Act
Yeah.
3 starts off with Nani, what's going on? Where are the Straw Hats? We're in complete disarray. It's time for the Oden flashback.
Called it as a meme immediately.
Oh, obviously a meme.
Yes.
All right, we all knew that was a meme.
It's
but,
it's
whatever.
hilarious that Orochi thinks destroying bridges will thwart the entire army.
Yeah,
When these characters can
jump.
surely walk through a river.
Bro, it's funny too, because like recall Thriller Bark, Frankie made a bridge in like 2
Yeah.
seconds.
To be fair, he doesn't know Frankie's a master carpenter, but yeah.
Yeah, the audience
Frankie
knows it
made
was
a
bullshit.
bridge
But
in 2
whatever.
seconds.
All
Like,
right.
who is
What do we think about the Oden flashback? We'll start with just the Wano part, and then we'll get into the Roger Whitebeard craziness.
But that's pure hype.
Yeah, that's pure hype. All right, but we started in Wano. We get to see young Oden. He's a Chad. All the memes, we get it. But do we think the flashback delivered
Served its
with the
purpose.
hype?
Yeah, did
It'll
it serve its
yeah,
purpose?
served its purpose
Because
to Oden.
we have to recall, since Zoe, all we get told about Oden is he is a legendary man
Of hype.
of high proportions. Did he live up to the legend?
No.
Toadskii, did he live up to the legend?
I think he's a beast.
He's a
Okay,
beast.
he's a beast. That's what we need to know.
I
Also-
love Chad Ed, but the problem is that the legend of him is comparable to that of Roger and Whitebeard. And it's like,
Yeah, it kind of rules.
Not
the-
really.
The whole
not
legend
really.
thing spans from like the pot of oil, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
Right.
our legend. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
So that was very legendary. That's as manly as it gets.
I think it'll be even better in the anime because they'll make
They'll
that
milk
make
that shit.
They'll
They'll
make
have,
you
they'll have the OST in the
they'll
background.
make you feel that
Yeah.
pain of the oil.
yeah.
It'll be
Like
brutal.
Toadskii, remember how this dude Roger just absolutely coasted Oden. It was like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, come on.
We're not talking
Like,
about
literally,
that
yo,
yet.
stop, get out of here, man.
All right,
and then
one
he comes
hand.
over like, I got this. Kuruda. I'm like,
Bro,
okay.
Bro,
That's
it's
how
Roger.
it
What do you think was gonna
Roger
happen?
swung one hand at him and he got sent flying.
For real.
Bro,
Yeah, for
see,
real.
this is the problem with the Odin flashback. What are we talking about? Not Odin. We're talking about Roger
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Whitebeard.
Like Roger
True,
and
that's
Whitebeard,
true.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
So,
And then
The-
shit,
the
even
start of the
bro,
flashback.
Yeah.
Was a
So-
big.
skipped-
the
they
biggest
skipped
disappointment-
Doji and
Yeah.
fucking Oden. I'm like, why? I don't
the biggest
understand. Like,
disappointment
skipped
to
it.
me with the flashback was we never found out Odin, or not Odin, Orochi and Kaido's relationship. We still don't really know what that was about, why they got
Fair.
together, what their plan was. We really
it's
don't
implied,
know.
and we know why. It's basically implied that Orochi has the weapons and material to
For
assist
Kaido's
Kaido.
army. That's basically
But
it.
we don't really see that
Yeah.
pan out in real
We
time.
never actually saw like. I don't remember.
No.
Did it actually show like Kaido actually arriving at
No.
Wano
No.
for the first
Never
time?
showed that.
No, we don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
All we
would've been
know
nice to see
is
that.
we get told by Kinemon that Orochi has allied with an unsavory pirate named Kaido. Alright, that's all we get.
Right.
So
Right.
Missed opportunity.
I think
And how the
yeah.
Baba, how the old hag actually knows Kaido, and then how she gets Kaido to come over,
Yeah.
and then like the old man, like where he, like who, like what's he about, like who he is exactly. All these
Theoretical-
different things are left wide in the open, right?
Theoretical rock stuff.
Yeah,
Now-
Right, pretty
sure.
much.
We talk about this a little bit with Oda's style in the terms of constant mysteries and unable to reveal things.
Yeah,
Right?
he's
We
yeah,
felt that problem with Oden being a
Mystery.
silhouette for 1,000 years.
for like 60 chapters. Yeah,
And now we find ourselves in a similar position where
Yeah.
Wano is clearly the key to the One Piece world
yeah.
in some regard.
The Void
The
Century,
key to
Joy
the
Boy.
Void Century.
Yeah,
Oda doesn't want to reveal that yet.
yeah.
So
So,
therefore it's all vagaries and
a certain place, a certain island, you know, all that
and
shit.
similarly, the Rocks pirate still shrouded in mystery,
Yeah.
but clearly key to the Kaido Big Mom relationship.
Or to like the Void Century shit, which
Yeah,
we'll get
clearly.
later.
But will he flesh out the Rocks pirate stuff far from Wano because that's clearly connected to some grand
Yeah.
Void Century thing?
Maybe.
The assumption is that Big Mom, her role in the story at this point in time, does tie to Kaido and the Rock Pirates
Yeah.
directly, which is why we may get like an Act 4 flashback of the Rock Pirate stuff potentially.
We think so. We hope so.
Sure.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Otherwise, like, okay, Big Mom is here because why again? Now?
It's
And it's like, okay, so
we talked about this different styles between pre and post and how the whole saga style of like from Punk Hazard to now.
It's
has
all
its-
one big story.
Has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
Because we talked about
Yeah.
this when we recapped Zoe, how it's almost completely
Because
connected to Wano.
Zoe's completely relying on Wano to answer all its mysteries.
Yes.
And now that you go back and reread Zoe, and you know everything about the time travel, about Roger, about who Odin was, it kind of
See,
brings Zoe
because
down
in
there.
the pre-time skip there were not really massive world questions set up in arcs.
Yeah.
There
were, but
obviously a few things, right?
not until the very end,
Yeah.
I'd argue.
Yeah.
Because
So-
you can argue that like the last part after the park, Archipelago onwards, all connected to one giant thing.
So the
Yeah.
questions, right? The questions that Oda will reward you with the answers later on in pre-time skip were like, Luffy fights the villain, they liberate the city, we
they
get a
get a new crew member, yeah.
Something happens like that, and then we get a little bit of a taste of what's going on around the world.
Yeah.
The rewards of the post-time skip are ancient history secrets, the prophecy, what's going on at the reverie.
The emperors.
The emperors, all those things, and the questions are asked
Like 400 chapters
Like-
ago, yeah.
5 years ago, and we're still waiting for the
The answers.
answers.
Yeah. Just the way it is.
which is how we're working.
But
with
you know, we're talking about Wano Act 3. We're talking about this flashback. Now let's just
massive answers for Roger and Whitebeard.
Roger Whitebeard right
It's like-
here. Yeah.
Huge.
There's one thing that there's one thing too that's like, you know, kind of like you can kind of tell that where Oda made just save all this stuff for like Act 5 because like there's this poneglyph in a certain room
Yeah.
that's surrounded by these Kokeshi dolls, like
Yeah,
whatever they're
that
called.
broke- that
And
broke
it's
found,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that has not been brought up again. Like Robin, you know, Brooke, no coordination there on like the whole poneglyph shit, like nothing at all, really. And then how CP0 may come in at some point to the fray,
And-
potentially.
Don't
Because,
forget,
you know,
they still
talk
have
about
to
Trying
read.
Make a Punk coming at some point. It's like I'm not too sure how long Oda wants this arc to continue on because he wants to finish the story within like 5 years.
But
That's what he wants to do.
Let's not
So
forget,
there's
we
two-
still don't know what the Dawn is, and we have to find that out during Wano.
And
So-
we still have to read the Whole Cake Island poneglyphs as well.
Yeah, that's also true.
Right, that too.
So
yeah,
after
true.
Wano is going to be a massive, huge lore
Lore-
dump. Huge lore
Will
dump.
Will Luffy be acknowledged as Joy Boy, as the secret child of destiny? Will that happen at the end of Wano?
I want to bring this. Maybe we can do this now quickly, right?
Yeah.
After watching a video on Zoe, right? And we did a recap on Zoe.
Make a
I
video.
am reminded that Momonosuke has a magic power of controlling Zunisha.
Yeah,
Right.
Correct.
They talk about the two kings, the two sovereigns.
sure.
Right.
Mhm.
Is it
Yeah.
Shirahoshi and Momonosuke?
It could be.
Bro,
It could be.
Thank you.
It could be.
The sovereigns. The reason why Vivi made no sense to me is because Vivi was not a lead. She didn't have dominion over
But
a
Momonosuke
certain
was already born.
Entity.
That's the problem.
entity or like
Yeah.
beings. It's like Momonosuke apparently by like lineage has dominion over Zunisha. And I want to bet that Zunishas, like there are probably multiple Zunishas in the past, but he's like the last remaining element. or some
Control
shit like
over
that,
an
right?
ancient being.
There's a problem with that
Right.
because Momonosuke was already born.
Was he?
Yes.
Was Roger with them in Fishman Island?
Well, bloody Momonosuke's born on Whitebeard's ship
Yes.
and then dropped
Yeah.
off
Yes.
with Wano. So what? It doesn't like that. Doesn't really make sense.
We're
with
too
prophecy.
early, but Shirahoshi's not born yet.
But the Sea Kings say the sovereigns aren't born yet, and Shirahoshi's about to be born. But
Well, no,
not
wait.
born.
I thought their sovereign wasn't born yet. Their sovereign. They just said like ours is not born yet, and then
They said-
one another time. Like there's also the other one or something like that. Like they were. It's like as far as I understood, they mentioned how
Okay.
their sovereign was not born.
There might be some semantics there with the
Well,
exact.
yeah, with the official as well.
the
We
official,
have to check it out.
we'll have to check it out. But
Just on the sovereign thing, we don't want Luffy to be
No.
Joe Boy, right?
I don't want him to be a child of Destiny. I hate
No.
that shit.
Nah, Destiny
Probably
shit's
not.
annoying.
We want inherited will. We want
Okay,
infinite will.
but to be fair, if he was, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
But if it
'cause,
does, if it
Luffy's
doesn't
not-
lead to any like supernatural
Yeah, if he doesn't turn
powers-
into Jesus Christ at the end,
yeah, if it
then
doesn't
it's fine.
amount to
Right.
anything, it's fine. Like if it's not like Naruto where he gets
Like, it can
these mega
fit.
power ups and crazy shit. But yeah,
Yeah, it's like because I have like a bigger video plan about like destiny and fate in the One Piece story, and then it's very different than Naruto in terms of like you can argue that like inherited will is essentially destiny.
But
All of
it's
it's
not.
predicated on destiny, where it's like at the end of the damn day we know that Yusuf's kid is not destined to be the Pirate King. We know. I mean, according to Whitebeard's words, I mean the one that Roger's waiting for, Blackbeard. It's not you. You are not destined to be the one. And then we kind of see in a symbolic way.
Yeah, it's like
of-
you're the one
like-
who's Roger's not waiting for. Is the
Right. And then there's one moment that I think is it's subtle, but I think it's kind of pivotal.
Which
I think it's in anime, but in the manga it could be there too, where there is this like white golden feather that lands on Ace and then it flies over to Luffy.
Mm.
And then so I think
That's more
that in a way
symbolism.
is kind of like this
Is that not-
transfer of will.
yeah, it is.
So-
but it's more
yeah.
like the
The
symbolic
symbolism.
of the dove
It's-
and
yeah,
death and things.
it's a
Right.
symbolism.
I
shit,
just had like how good Oda is when he's on, right?
yeah.
Whitebeard says, you're not the man Roger's waiting for.
Yeah.
And then we go some fucking 400, 500 chapters later.
Yeah.
We're too early. Hilarious,
Yeah,
right? They're waiting for someone to be born.
yeah,
It all makes sense, Christian.
yeah. Of course, of course.
Oda's still a mastermind player,
Yeah,
all right?
we know
So
that.
We can never lose faith in the man.
No, but you know we got problems. All right, we got problems. We
He
always
made,
got
he
problems.
made Brule a character in one chapter.
All right.
Don't forget
Yeah,
about
I
that.
get that. I
He
understand that.
did. Ooh, Brûlé.
Not even one chapter, like 4 panels. He made Brule into a good
Yeah.
character.
He's a master. We know that. All right, but Act 3,
But
flashback, Roger Whitebeard. How can we not deny that shit is what the One Piece fans want?
Pure hype. Don't forget it.
We never thought we were gonna get it. Did you ever think
No.
we'd actually get a Roger flashback?
No.
No.
no, I mean
Pers-
Roger fighting the flashback too. That caught me off guard.
Personally,
massively.
I thought Roger would never use an attack in the story.
That's how I knew the story was ending when I saw Roger use an attack. I'm like, the story's ending. That's
and
it.
Whitebeard countering him fully, and then how like their thing was like, I mean like these guys split the sky, like Kaido and Big Mom,
It was-
and Shanks and Whitebeard. When they did their clash, it was like a giant shockwave that like permeated the entire area.
Dick
like
almost
everything
fell
being
over.
blown back,
Yeah.
ships damn near capsizing. I'm like, yo, these guys just clashed.
Not
one
just
time,
any
man.
ship, King. The Moby Dick almost
The
cast
Moby,
it.
yeah, the Moby Dick. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, yo, bro, like almost like a nuke just went off. I'm like, yo, what the?
crazy.
And then people just getting blown back, and then like, oh my god, these guys fucking like the Chad in himself, like just absolutely awe at the magic.
I
of
guarantee
Whitebeard
you
Rock.
that Shanks has a move called Christian Divine Departure. It'll
of
happen.
course, he's got the Roger techniques. You know he does,
I
right?
would love
Divine
to
Departure,
see that
baby.
shit.
You love that. You love that shit. All right.
All hype. Look, you say what you want. The end, like the whole Roger Whitebeard shit out of control crazy.
And then after that, we go back into despair with the Wano shit, with the 5 year of waiting and dancing and all that bullshit.
And, you know, the logic not really making much sense. And
No, not really.
Yeah, but it is what it is there, you know.
But he did it for the people that are being apparently like captured.
Yes,
right?
but,
Yeah.
you know, if he was the man that, like, we talked about this so many times on previous shows,
Yeah.
but, Christian, it was said that, basically Kaido said, Roger and Whitebeard have made you soft, right?
Yeah, but not.
Yeah.
Implying that, like, he grew to love the Nakama and grew on these ships. We didn't really see much growth.
I would say there's
And-
no growth with
And
Oden.
we see Toki go, don't do anything foolish, right?
Yeah.
And then he remembers that when he's fighting
But
Orochi and Kaido.
you can't forget that if the Bato fruit guy wasn't there, he would have killed Orochi then and there.
Yeah, so it's
like
Yeah.
the messaging is strange and weird. It's like if Oden had the will that he had beforehand,
Yeah.
Wano would be free.
sure.
I think that it's implied. No, but they would have been free, but they would have been a lot of lost lives as a result of him.
Lost lives anyway.
uh,
You know?
Yeah,
As a
agree.
result of that. And so I think that
King.
because he changed, not only did he experience Roger's journey and Whitebeard's journey, and he gained great Nakama, but also he had children.
And then
And then, so here's the thing. It's like one of the subtle things I think that kind of hints at him changing was that he actually cared enough about, I forgot his name, Kiku's older brother. He cared
Yeah.
about him to
Usopp.
let
He
him
did.
be
He
on,
grew.
yeah,
He did grow.
He cared about him to where he'd be on, to say, you know, stay on Whitebeard's ship. He's better off here.
He did grow, but that growth was ultimately negative for the people who won.
But I would say he actually didn't grow because he lost
Is it
his
though?
temper. He lost his temper instantly with Kiku when his wife was attacked. He went over to Wano to go kill Orochi, and he would have if Bato's fruit guy wasn't there. So did he actually learn anything? No.
also
was
that
stopped.
choice
Yeah.
equal to
I was
20.
gonna say that, like, that's such a weird decision to have that
Yeah.
Bato fruit guy, and then like the other chick that has the Mr. Two
Yeah.
fruit. Like,
Yeah,
why?
the Baba.
Why? That's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, is it for the like? Is it to make the story go forward, or is it for a specific reason? Like,
Well, it's
I don't get it.
it's kind of a cool thing where it's like, oh, these fruits existed, but it's also purely a mechanical plot thing
Yeah, 100%.
to
Yeah.
to keep Orochi safe and to make the whole, you know, fooling the father and all that
Yeah.
thing make sense.
Right.
I would say with
Because
also with Oden, he's like, we're supposed to love this man,
Yeah.
but his poor choices make the people of Wano suffer for 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like,
you could argue that he would have been hated because here's the thing. It's like, first of all, I think they actually had a pretty damn good end. Like his finale, I think was actually pretty damn good.
yeah, the
Like,
oil
Out of
stuff was
Legend,
good. The Out of
Going
Legend
to
was good.
Scabbards. That shit was crazy as fuck. But I would argue that if, let's say, he does keep his past mindset and goes balls to the wall, tries to kill Orochi, tries to have like an all out battle, the
Which he did
process
do.
it could be like an event to where
Yeah.
like hundreds of thousands of innocent lives are lost as a result because Orochi says, "Fuck it, okay, Kaido, go crazy, kill everyone." And then it's the beach pirates, and they rampage across the entirety of Wano
But
country.
here's my problem
then
with that, King. Here's my problem with that, King. Because we don't know the relationship between Kaido and Orochi at that point. We don't know if they have some sort of sad backstory together. Is it just business? If it's just business,
Clearly it's just business
Why
right
does
now.
Kaido care so much? If it's just business, surely he can make another business deal with
Good
Oden.
point. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
I'm not
mean?
too sure.
Like-
Good point. Good point.
Like,
Also, like, so we go through this whole thing with Oda, right? The boiling, you
Sure.
know, the whole.
The oil, yeah.
I'm the best man. I do this
Our
for
legend.
I'm the love of the people, right? And then there's this weird thing where it's like, if I can't defeat Kaido, we have to wait 20 years when Whitebeard is still alive.
oh, that all that shit is so annoying.
Like-
Like
It's weird. Like, call your boy Whitebeard up and you know, let's get ahead.
apparently, no, it was a personal
Call
deal.
your
So,
boy-
two things there.
It's his pride. It's for the.
Wano
okay.
pride, Wano leading.
I'm not
in
too
shit.
sure though, right?
Yeah,
I'm not too sure because.
But he's willing to let an outsider, a sovereign,
no.
solve Wano's problems.
Okay, yeah, but like
That's
there
a
are two things there. So
legendary
number one, that we don't
bullshit.
know if he can actually reach Whitebeard because I said a country,
He
you
can
know,
reach
can't
Whitebeard,
reach
it's
Whitebeard
fine.
because no Dendemushis, like that kind of shit.
Well,
you know,
here's
whatever.
the thing. That stuff's all annoying, and that stuff we'll never get answers to. We'll never get answers to why Oden didn't call Whitebeard. We'll never get that answer. All right.
But then number two is that
Yeah.
okay, now that we know that Oden was the one that gave Toki the prophecy in the first place,
Yeah.
maybe it was all timing on his part, where it's all going to coincide with the arrival of the person that's going to free the borders of Wano country.
Yeah, we're still waiting
it's not like so like he wanted Wano country to endure for the right person, and so he made, again, this is all of course speculation because we don't know, but maybe it's because he felt like if I fight against Kaido and company now all out, we're gonna lose so many lives to where the damage of that is gonna be irreversible potentially.
But King,
whereas if we endure for 20 years and then the right person, i.e. in this case Luffy, comes in there and then they're able to defeat Kaido appropriately, then we're gonna ultimately be better off as a result from that. And then also it ties directly to One Piece itself in terms of this person being the person to find One Piece.
Sure, but here's the problem with that, King. That is never said, and that's an assumption.
I know.
That's never said. It's never assumed.
Well, what else can I do?
I know.
Didn't Kaido say that like if they had fought that first time, that they would have lost because they didn't have enough forces?
It would have been way closer.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He's like, basically, you're a fool for waiting 5 years. You just made me more powerful.
Yeah.
And then we get into the conversation of like, why wasn't Oden's attack on Kaido crazy? You know, blowing up half of Wano.
Yeah, it's weird.
Where's the haki? Why doesn't it look good?
Yeah, the Wano.
Not a single moment where he used Congress haki, by the way. Not a single moment. And he has it. Why? I don't understand. Like, I don't get that, man. Like, confusing. I mean, maybe the anime will see it, but like he has Congress haki. I mean, Ashidoji saw Luffy do when he's unconscious, and then we don't have a single mention of that at all in the flashback, which is kind of crazy. Of course, Enma not special in any way, apparently. Just he's the sort of cut.
He just has Enma when he's 18. There's no like law about it. He just has it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like when he was frolicking around, like having like all these women.
Like
he had Enma.
He was 6 years old and he had Enma. It's on his hip.
Whenever that.
By the way, let's not forget. Wait. By the way, a lot of folks say this too. Where during the freaking the stupid pig, the mountain deity.
Oh, the mountain god.
The mountain deity gets
together?
cut in half and is somehow alive.
It's crazy.
And so
it's weird.
folks will say, okay, this mountain deity pig, like the child, is gonna play a big role at some point.
No.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how? Wait, why? Like, is it gonna swim to Onigashima? Like, like people leading the child. Like, why does this thing matter? Bro?
Surely
Luffy's gonna eat it and he's gonna go back to full power. It's time.
The holy pygmy and shit. Oh no, it's gonna be terrible.
So the Oden flashback is hype and legendary for one reason.
It's a double-edged sword,
and a little bit disappointing in other regards.
All right, now we move on. Before Onigashima,
yes,
of course, the biggest reveal of Wano. Who is the traitor? But none other than Kojiro. Who cares? That's my response. Okay. What are your responses to the traitor?
Bro, honestly, this man chatted the fuck out. That was kind of impressive.
Okay. But
I'm not gonna lie, Kanjiro, this man, I thought was kind of fucking flames. Okay. Granted, it was short-lived. I mean, if he's actually dead.
I mean, he seems dead. I'm gonna say that, but whatever.
Or even like before the reveal, like who did you think it was?
That's the problem. Where like it either has to be someone out of nowhere or like someone.
I thought it was Rizo, honestly. It
has to be someone so lame it didn't matter.
I didn't care. Yeah, well, I was like, fuck, let me know. Yeah.
Because they kept bringing it up.
Yeah, but it's like because like they made it seem as if like it was gonna be like a really really major thing.
Dude, when Oda was like,
nothing really changed.
Yeah, dude, when Oda was like, "Is it Law? Is Law the traitor?" We're like, "No, Oda, we know it's not Law. Stop telling us it's Law."
Because it was like literally, Izo replaces Kanjiro.
Yeah,
like, literally, and then I was like, okay, then why the fuck do we even care? It's like we still maintain form.
If you go back and read like Zoro and Dressrosa, you look at Kojiro. Yeah, it works because it's like he's drawing with his left hand. He's kind of fucking up on purpose. He's kind of like fucking around, but like it's so lame that like no one.
I thought that was actually kind of smart. Like they actually made him like draw really bad, and then all of a sudden, oh no, it's just my wrong hand, and he's actually like a master. Like he's Bob Ross.
Actually, like that, yeah.
I think the reveal itself was like, oh, it's Kojiro. We're like, no one really cares about Kojiro, you know?
Yeah, no one's really threatened.
Well, at least not yet. Like this is what I'm hoping. I really am hoping that he's still alive with Orochi. I mean, that'd be some shit.
Now, let's actually start to move into Onigashima. We have. Oh no! It turns out that the fleet was not destroyed and we're all fine. We already knew that. That was such a like Oda-ism where it's like, oh no, we lost. We knew it was fine.
Yeah.
All right. And then Kid magically turns up and he's like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm gonna go attack Kaido for no reason.
Yeah.
Hello, Kid. Welcome to the party. All right.
Oh, and his crew show up too, out of
Yeah.
fucking nowhere.
And
Yeah,
we
where were they the whole freaking time?
Yeah,
Like, what the
where
heck?
fuck were they?
Okay, Kid and Wire are alive. That's something, right? And then we're moving on the sea. Denjiro reveals himself. You know, Komatsu reveals... What's his name? Kirishiro reveals
Kirishiro.
himself to be
Kirishiro,
Denjiro.
yes.
He's a beast.
Beast cuts the ship. Hype.
Thick
Okay.
neck.
He was so enraged that his face structure changed.
We said something like that had
Which
to
is
happen
crazy,
for him
yeah.
to be
Yeah, Denjiro.
Denjiro, which
yeah.
which was the case.
Kirishiro Denjiro. So we get that reveal. Yeah, it was cool. And then Jinbei makes his grand appearance. He's fine. Nothing happened. Whole cake off.
I was just
If you want to call it grand.
I had a party, Christian.
Yeah.
I was late.
I had to have a party and I was late. Okay, Jinbei. Thanks,
That
Jinbei.
upsets me a little bit.
Thanks for bringing nothing
Yeah,
to the table.
he should have had
Jinbei.
some major scar on him or something.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm
Christian
sure.
and I talked about this. How it's like, I think
It
Oda.
makes Whole Cake Island worse because that was the cliffhanger of
does.
Whole Cake Island.
Yeah, I think
Like,
Oda thinks that Jinbei is the reward itself. When
But-
Christian wanted, the entire
bring the
Fisherman
fisherman
Pirates.
with you.
Yeah.
Like make him have an eye patch, or maybe I don't know. Maybe Big Mom took some of his lifespan away. Probably not.
Maybe the fisherman pirates got murdered by Big Mom and Jinbei escaped. Something like that. You know, some stakes, some consequences.
Well, Christian,
But no.
apparently they just swam away.
It's so, but that would be fine
It
if
makes
it wasn't
sense,
the
but the problem is
cliffhanger.
that it's a bad end musical.
Yeah, it would be
Where's the bad
fine.
end?
It would be fine if that was like the end of Whole Cake Island. We see Jinbei swimming away, and that was solved, and that's it. But it was the cliffhanger to the ending of Whole Cake Island, and then nothing happened.
Yeah, for like 3 years.
Yeah, we're like, oh, is Jinbei okay? What's gonna happen to Jinbei's crew? Where has Jinbei been for this long? And then he turns up and he's like, oh, I'm late. Sorry, I had to have a party about my crew. And I'm here. Okay.
At least so far, the assumption is that Jinbei lied.
He could be
about the
lying to
entire
keep the
thing.
morale up.
Yeah, and then because like
sure.
he didn't want to like kind of ruin Luffy's
But-
flow by
but now
some
that-
like creators were wiped out and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But the problem is that he meets Big Mom.
That's what I was about
they're
to say.
right there,
Like,
and then it's like, okay, no animosity.
He's
no,
like- yeah, he's like
Big
making
Mom,
quips.
How could you? Like none of that shit.
He's like making fun guy quips about Big Mom.
Yeah.
So like, is
Right.
there, like, did anything actually
Right.
happen? I don't think so.
So
yeah.
I think we start to get into maybe the more consistent part of Wano. which
Yes,
is
now we're into
Onigashima.
Onigashima and it's all hype. Let's go. Toby Roppo are here. Hype. Straw Hat matchups are getting set up. We get Yamato, probably the best addition to Wano, I would say. A very
of
interesting character. Kaido's son slash daughter, whatever
Strange
happens there.
complex going on.
Oden complex, whatever the fuck that is that we've
That'll
talked
get
about it so many
resolved at some
times.
point.
Yeah, but that's kind of
Yeah.
cringe. I mean, yeah, hopefully be resolved because
Well,
it's kind of cringe at the time being.
Just think about this for a second. We had the entire scabbards, right?
Yeah.
Which are all hit and miss. There's a few favorites in there.
Nekoinu, sure.
Kaido, Denjiro, But we instantly fall in love with the Toby Roppo and Yamato
Because it's
immediately.
hype. Well, that's all you gotta do is show us a little bit of hype, alright? That's it, alright? We get Kaido drinking, having
Okay,
fun. The whole how
Hold on.
Kaido's crew works. It's great. Right? We love it.
But I also like the problem. Well, like the difference is that like the Toby Roppo, like only some of them are kind of interesting. It's like who's interesting because he wants to take on Queen,
Or
and
did.
then or like it was presumed that he wanted to fight against either Queen or King. And I like Sasaki and him were former captains of their own crews, and they don't respect King and Queen and Jack the same way. Let's say Big Mom, or like how like Daifuku and Oven they should kind of curry or smoothie.
Yeah.
And then you have how like okay, well this ulti chick's kind of fucking crazy. She's kind of off a damn rocker, and she comes off the gate with a headbutt. Like, wait, who the fuck? What the fuck? What's going on here exactly? And then you have Black Maria, where her and Kaido, like I don't know what's going on there exactly.
Some
the killer's what's going on there exactly, bro. Like, you
Something
can,
going
like,
on.
Yo, you saw Kaido's face. Like Black Maria's pouring this guy a drink. Kaido's like, hold on. I'm like, man,
He likes to have a good time. He likes to have a good time. right?
Yeah, he's having a real good
And,
time.
and
Like, goddamn.
the good part about this section of Onigashima is we start to see Kaido's personality with his
Yes,
crew
finally.
and the
You would
machinations.
assume the villain of the arc would be in the arc, but oh no, you'd be mistaken.
He's in the arc now, though.
Kaido doesn't appear for 60 chapters, all right? Kaido's MIA for a lot of this arc. Now he's here, and we love to see it, all right?
We get good insight into his crew, how it works.
Meritocracy, power, strength. It's
Very
great.
interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He actually likes
And that's
his
why
crew.
it's so much better because it's like keep it real. It's like the scabbards do really care about fucking like Kawamatsu. Do we really care about like Kiku? Do we really care like these people are like nice and all, but it's like who at the end of the damn day, it's like they're just here.
Yeah.
Especially after Kinemon's like the longest standing. Kinemon and Momonosuke are the longest standing samurai that we had.
And they
part of the crew damn near. And Kinemon has been like ass.
I'm pretty sure
Until
Kinemon
it's
has
hard.
had more paddle time than Brook. I'm pretty sure that's a stat.
Okay, wait, time out.
I'm pretty sure that's a stat. That's a real stat.
It's not stat. I'm
'Cause,
lying. What are you talking about,
Well,
bro?
yeah, whatever.
Brook was fired in Whole Cake, man.
Now-
What are you
I love
talking about?
Brook, but I'm just saying.
He's finally now putting effort into Kinemon. Too late.
It's too late.
Oda, too late for Kinemon. Now it feels unearned and really weird that he's doing all these crazy things.
Because Kinemon introduced as a meme, talking out of his ass, literally, in pun hazard.
Yes.
Right,
He lost to Law off screen, bro.
I mean-
Law devastated.
To be
him.
fair, Law's
and then
got
the
that
problem is
secret
that
ability.
now that Kinemon is cutting Kaido's fire, folks like, okay, wait a minute. Kinemon held back against Law. I'm like, what the fuck?
No one
What
like.
are you guys talking
I don't
about
think.
right
I
now?
don't think
What's
anyone's
happening?
I don't think anyone's
How
gonna.
do we get this far with
I don't-
Kinemon all
yeah,
of a sudden?
I don't think anyone's got any issues with the fire cutting technique. It's the extra blood on Kaido's face.
Yeah, why did Oda have to do that? Please.
That's like, come on.
Why'd you have to blame
It's not a
Kaido
big
for no
deal. He
reason?
cut Kaido's mouth, like the underside of his mouth.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's
there's no
kind of
scales
like
there.
why?
Big deal.
It's kind of like why?
Why isn't Luffy the first one to do damage to Kaido? That's a
That
question.
is something that's something that I actually posted that on my Twitter, and then you guys talk about how
Yeah.
leadership and Luffy, and a lot of folks disagree overall, but like,
Well, a
Well,
lot of
they're
fo-
wrong.
a lot of- yeah, a
Well,
lot of
they're
folks are
wrong.
dumb. So
They're wrong.
but I think you make a very, very valid point
Yeah.
because it's like you have this build up, and then against like Kaido, a Yonko that's like Luffy's biggest hurdle by far and
Yeah.
away, and then you have the Red Scabbards do all the stuff to him.
do the
beforehand.
first things to him.
Yeah.
They do the first
Right.
amount of damage. Luffy
No,
and
I
the
don't think
Straw
it's that
Hats.
bad,
Luffy and the
to be
Straw Hats
honest.
should.
Like,
Well,
I think they deserve to have like their hits on Kaido for
Yeah,
sure.
here's the thing, Toadskii, that we have a problem with. It's not like the whole arc and Act 2 and Act 1 was how do we damage Kaido? We need to learn
Yeah.
these techniques. We need to get this magical sword, Enma.
Enma, yeah.
And then we get to the actual fight, and Kinemon and his friends have Rio and can do it. It's kind of like ruins the build-up. You know what I mean?
Well, I do agree with the fact that they probably should have stated that a little earlier,
Yeah.
or like shown that they've had
Like,
Rio. Or
give us
something
a
like
little
that.
seed of like Kinemon acknowledging Zoro's.
But it goes
But them
even
actually having it, I don't think is
it
that
goes
bad at
even
all.
deeper with that because
But
the,
then none of that too. Like, there's a fear where it's like we're gonna have another situation with Luffy where once again Luffy needs like an extraordinary amount of effort to be like one.
we
dude.
knew that. We
We
knew that.
knew
with
that was
Kaido.
gonna happen,
That
King.
we knew
He's
that
not
was
gonna
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
one-to-one
yeah. But
Kaido.
like Kaido being wounded potentially by the scabbard to the point where like he's nerfed. Like the main fight's like fuck. Okay.
Well, I think he's gonna be fine out of this scabbard shit.
We
I
hope.
hope
We
so.
hope.
I really hope. Like I
We
think he
hope.
will too. But it's like and in the back of my mind, I can't think. Oh shit, maybe
Like,
Denji,
say-
Akidoji, combo,
say-
sword skill. Fuck.
Say what you want about like Zoro and whatever, but how much more hype would this been if Zoro did that instead of Kinemon?
Yeah.
Everyone would have been like fucking
Oh, people would have lost their
hype,
mind.
hype out of
Oh,
control.
dude.
Yeah.
But instead,
Oh,
Kinemon
oh.
does it, and then we're like, all right, Kinemon did it.
Yeah.
It's different. It's
It's
different.
different. It's different.
You gotta,
But
people,
Wano.
people care about the Straw Hats for a reason. Let the Straw Hats do things.
Now there is the topic of Big Mom and that she's getting memed too hard and she's not.
At least she's not getting bloodied.
She's not getting bloody. That's true. Still clean.
There's no damage.
She hasn't got damaged. Alright?
She's getting clowned on, dude.
She's getting
She's
memed.
getting clowned on. We agree.
How do we feel about that?
I know, but the Elbas Spear she did was
I
kind of
know,
impressive,
King,
right?
but
Come
it
on,
never
bro.
hits anyone. Does nothing. All right.
It freed
No, what do you
Sasuke.
mean? If it hits you, you're
Yeah,
dead.
show us like like disintegrating goons at least. Like, come on, we need some hype.
Bro, this shit. What do you? It doesn't need to. It blows apart. It polarizes everything.
King,
to
it's
oblivion.
hype. King, I agree, it's hype, but I want to see it interact with
It's like
Luffy
Kaido
and
doing the
shit.
Thunder Bagua and not hitting anyone and like blowing up a mountain.
I want to
Yeah,
see.
but that
I want to
showed-
see Luffy try and block
It's
the
like,
Alabasta
come
spear.
on.
I want to see like someone
Bro.
try to block it or some shit. Because it's like,
Disrespect, man. And
Like,
the problem with Big Mom is that Big Mom, she's out of place, bro. It's like even now, like that's something that kind of threw me off guard, but also kind of validates my point where it's like even now, it's like Luffy saying, "Yo, get Big Mom out of here." Just Kaido. I'm like, really, even now, Big Mom is in your face. No, fuck that shit. I won't go up to the.
well,
top
he
of
did
the skull.
say Kaido first.
And why is she here?
It's a good point. It's a good question, King. It's a good question, alright?
Like Big Mom's #1 goal, like right here in Wano right now, is just Luffy, right?
Take out Luffy, yeah.
And there's a
get, like,
secondary
douchebag
goal of
with
world
the,
domination, but you know, it's a
It's
secondary.
like I
goal.
really hope that this winds up leading into a like Big Mom sees Kaido being defeated by like Luffy, Kid, Law, Zoro, whoever the fuck, right? Combo attack stuff, and then Big Mom's like, okay, fine, you know what, Straw Hat, you were like a young punk. I underestimated you. Okay, me, you, 1-on-1, Elbaf. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Now I'm happy.
So we find ourselves in Onigashima. We've enjoyed most of it. The last chapter's starting to maybe
Annoy us a little bit.
annoy us a little bit, but I think we'll bounce back quickly.
Yeah.
And we'll get into maybe the hyper shit we've seen in One Piece history.
Alright. Luffy fighting Kaido.
So it's all up from
Alright.
here, perhaps.
It is all up from here, alright?
So Wano will finish with a bang, no doubt. Say what you want about with the
I
results.
don't think it would just be Luffy versus Kaido. I think it should be. I don't know where Kid is, but it should be Kid too.
Well, yeah, it'll be
Sure.
a bunch
At
of
bare
things.
minimum.
Whatever
Minimum.
happens, at least the law at the end will be crazy out of
Oh,
control.
avoid century shit. We have to
It
get
would
it
also
here.
be crazy
Answers.
if Yamato decided to attack Kaido too.
I think she will get
Oh, I
it.
thought about Yamato. Yeah,
We
yeah,
still
you're
need
right.
the Ace flashback with Yamato. We still need the Ross flashback. What's going on with
true,
Yamato
yeah.
and the relationship with her father.
Yeah.
There's a
Like
lot of
post
things to
Wano is gonna be crazy too.
Of
Now,
course.
let's talk about Wano length. Because we are 82 chapters deep. Hokage
Which is
Gauntlet was
impressive.
over by now.
Yes.
Alright?
Yes.
So how many more chapters of Wano do we have left? In your estimation?
I would say we're gonna probably go over 125.
I was gonna say around 120.
So we're 30 chapters
Yeah.
left.
30 chapters?
That's fair.
So how many chapters in this little Onigashima, how many chapters post? Because that would be 20 in
5 chapters
Onigashima.
post.
I think we need more than
Wait,
5
is both
chapters
Act
post.
5? I guess.
Whatever. Don't worry about the Axe King. Just whatever.
This is chapter length.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like post, like Kaido's defeated. We're talking about Wano.
Void Century, we're talking about Wano, we're talking about all that kind of shit.
So is this like post? Is this like post the battle, but
Yeah.
still in Wano, or is this
Yeah.
like outside, like check on the rest of the world
There's
type
always
of
those
stuff?
chapters of like, let's have a feast, let's talk to the princess,
Yeah.
Right.
things like that.
Probably yeah. I think 4 to 5 chapters of that would make sense.
So
There
we
should be
got,
more than that, honestly, because there's so much lore
Well,
and depth
more-
and intel we
more
need to
depth
think.
can-
Like, I mean,
Law dumps could happen. A lot of stuff could happen in one chapter when it comes to law dumps.
yeah.
You don't
like,
necessarily
understand. It's
need
like, wait, hold on. To be fair, too, it's like if
Then again,
if
yeah.
Otis is about Kid, then Kid stuff should be happening now. So a Kid flashback should be happening in this arc as well.
Kid flashback, we're not getting a kid flashback. Come
we
on.
should.
I don't know. Does it deserve to be in Wano?
It could be later. It doesn't have to be now.
I
Wait,
feel
hold
like
on,
that's
wait,
a
what?
novel
I mean, it's not. Wait,
situation.
time. Wait, so then is Kid gonna fall off to like the next island or something?
Kid isn't law.
Kid is on law. Yeah,
I
that's
know,
true.
like, but then again, like, what if
Otis is serious about Kid? He said himself,
Kid-
I was planning on making Kid.
Yeah, I know, but plans go astray.
Plans-
Like, it could
change,
happen.
yeah.
Like, they could be in the
Like-
final battle, and like, Kid's taking damage, and then he starts remembering stuff, and then we
Yeah,
get the
That
flashback.
is ass.
Kid-
Wait a
Kid-
minute.
Kid will-
Toadskii,
Kid
that is
will-
straight trash.
Bro.
I'm just saying.
Backstory, everything's in the final war. Suck my dick by then. You like, no.
Well,
Wasting
like
chapters.
Capone
the
didn't
fuck?
get much.
Capone didn't get much, Hawkins didn't get anything. Law's the only
True.
one who's gotten something.
No, Hawkins doesn't need anything. Hawkins is already
yeah,
clean shit.
and-
Like, I don't
and
need a
Law-
Hawkins
Law-
flashback.
King-
Kid is supposed to be the character.
Law-
Listen, the three of them. It was Law, Luffy, and Kid.
Yeah, it was
okay?
supposed to be.
It's been Luffy and Law show for in the entirety of the post time skip.
Hey, King,
Kid
it's
is
been,
down here.
it's
No,
been 10
listen,
years, King.
King,
You don't wanna go
I
at that
advise you
point.
to stop listening to Oda outside of the manga because it doesn't help.
It doesn't, yeah, it really
Just
doesn't.
just take what's canon and what's written on the page.
I feel like if we're gonna get a Kid flashback, it should have happened when they were in the prison.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it's not
that's
gonna
so
happen.
fucking true. That's so fucking true.
And when
Fucking
and
goddamn.
it should have happened really when he got Killer back and that whole flashback should have happened.
Yeah,
Still
100%.
Didn't
Unless
happen.
Kid is unless Kid's let's say near his let's say Kid's gonna have fight against Kaido. He's on the verge of death, and then you get a flashback of Kid or some shit like then, and then in comes Marco, like Kid, I got you. Don't worry about that shit. Boom. There we go.
Weird,
Fucking
okay,
cool.
weird, but it could happen, alright?
I don't think
It could happen again. Like if Otis is he's just my kid.
I don't know if he's
It
serious
should be
about Kid,
happening
dude.
now.
I don't know if he's serious,
arc.
dude. I don't know if he's serious about
So
kids.
Oda's been so like what? Like just have Law be the like. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
he should be serious with
he's-
kids.
he's
'cause,
put
like,
so
he's a
much
great
effort
Law,
captain
into
of
Law
the
is
world. That matters
basically
the
a
most.
straw hat at this point, though.
He is, but we gotta build up to that. So if we're gonna have this final act, you can build up to that with Kid. If you want to have Kid, okay.
I'm pretty
to be
sure
fair, though, I don't think that
Kid will be in the final war though. There's no chance.
he
of
will,
that.
but okay, I don't think that
Yeah,
people
helping
want
Luffy.
Kid to be like an honorary
Alright.
straw hat. You know what I'm
He
saying?
will be.
So if he's not an honorary straw hat, Kid's not gonna follow
I mean,
us
if Kid's
on this journey.
if Kid's like a true edge master, like fucking I'm edgy, right?
Rival,
Fuck
yeah,
Luffy.
yeah.
He's gonna be like, let me join Blackbeard. I'm gonna stab Blackbeard in the back and shit. Like
Yeah.
that's what's maybe gonna happen.
He
So
joins
like when
Blackbeard.
Luffy fights Blackbeard, Kid's there. And he's like, Luffy, I always hated you. Some shit like that.
There is a theory out there that Kid's gonna fight Shanks.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, you already got fucked up once.
No, because that was their plan. Remember, like the alliance
Yeah, I
was,
know, I
you know, Apu, Hawkins,
They
and
go
Kid
Kid got
gonna
fucked.
take on Shanks. So if you have one Yonko, so Big Mom, let's say Elbaf, maybe Vince Arkwell knows. Kaido defeated. Okay, fine. So you have 3 Yonko left. Kid, if he's gonna be serious with Kid, and Shanks, and that was the original plan. You know.
Well, you know,
Dude, Ben Beckman's gonna just come in and wipe the floor with Kid.
Bro.
Lucky Roo. Let's
He lost his
go.
arm to one. He lost his arm to one of these guys too. So it's like, you know, maybe Kid and Shanks have a thing.
bro,
Yep.
Shanks is just like, listen, kid. You come here with your big mouth.
We all know Rockstar cut kids arm
Now,
off, alright?
have you guys
I thought it was the monkey. Honestly, I thought it was the monkey on the one guy's shoulder.
have you guys
Yeah.
read the Ace novel part 2, volume 2?
I can't remember. what happened in
No.
So-
Wait, hold on. Is it out officially?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's officially out.
So Ben Beckman, when they meet Ace, Ben Beckman's like to Shanks, because Shanks asks about, oh, what do you think about Ace, right?
Yeah,
And Ben Beckman's like, this kid's a chump without the will to go do anything, right?
yeah. He's not going to amount to
and-
much.
Ace was right. I mean,
Ben
Ben
Beckman-
Beckman was correct.
Ben Beckman roasts Ace so hard,
Yeah,
dude.
he's like, this kid, he's got no will, he's doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So I imagine Ben Beckman's like, yo, kid, get your shit together. Alright?
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
trash.
Hold on. Is this the part of the novel where they tell you finally about the whole power thing between Kaido and Whitebeard and Big Mom? And...
It's
Kinda.
like when, you know when...
It's
Ace
when
meets
Ace
Shanks?
meets Shanks in that little snow island.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after that,
Okay.
Ben Beckman's like, this kid's shit.
Yeah, this kid's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha, cool.
But anyway, that is the WANO summary.
We look forward to what's happening.
Now, let's move on to the next topic, or the next segment.
Yeah.
How strong is Shanks, of course.
Quiet in the church, please. No comments. Let the prayers begin.
How strong is Shanks? Alright. Every week.
Every week.
For 147 episodes.
This one, the 147th sermon, yes.
We have come to you with the question of, how strong is Shanks? And every week we answer, Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. But there are people out there who think Kaido's the strongest. The man being bloodied by Kinemon. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Alright. There are people out there who think Blackbeard's the strongest. 2 billion berry bounty, laughable. Alright?
Hilarious.
Laughable. Alright? There are people out there who think sweatiest man on the planet, Alkainu, is the strongest. Can't forget how sweaty he was in Marineford, alright? There are people out there who think Dragon's the strongest, didn't even turn up to Marijoa for the Reverie. Didn't even turn up. He said he's going to declare war, he didn't even turn up.
Ridiculous.
Okay, Dragon. Alright. There are people out there who think Mihawk's the strongest, absolute ridiculousness.
Cartoon show.
He said becoming the Pirate King is harder than being the world's strongest man, swordsman, whatever, alright? And the worst of them all, the people who think Aimu's the strongest. Okay,
Ridiculous cliche cancer.
alright? And every week we bring 100% factual information to the table, alright? And this week's evidence is, Shanks is so strong that every time there is a new unit in One Piece Treasure Cruise that comes out of him,
Yes.
he's instantly top tier and the best character in the game. Alright?
That's actually true.
Shanks is the strongest.
Shanks
Shanks is the God King. Alright, there you go. There it is. Alright? Now, we would normally have a topic of the show, but I think we've talked a lot about WANO.
Yes.
All right. So let's just move on to the Thunderdome, which is 1v1 matchups, and we have one for us this week.
Now, write down King of Lightning's alley.
Right there, King loves the 1v1
King-
I'm right here,
matchups.
man. I'm
King
waiting
of,
for the Thunderdome.
now,
What's
King of
happening,
Lightning,
man?
you remember the power scale and the debates that we
About
had
and
on the show.
now about
Now, the
whatever.
way this works
Those are all
is
factual.
the way this works is the people out there on Patreon pick two characters in the same bracket to fight
that's right.
for ultimately to decide a winner of the bracket.
That's right.
Now, they're not always going to be hype masterpieces, okay?
Yeah,
But they are interesting always.
sure.
What do we have this week, Chris?
This week we have Robin versus Momonga from Dart. A strange pick. Robin versus Momonga. He has written us a little dissertation on how he thinks this battle's gonna go.
Yes.
All right. So
Alright.
he said his first piece of evidence is she could have doubles of herself, therefore confusing Momonga. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
All right. Momonga does have haki and observation haki and all
That's
that
not
shit.
the number one thing I'd say.
All right. I don't know if that's the number one thing you would say that is definitive for this battle. With her grappling techniques, she can use her own his own strength against him, sort of in a judo way, as we saw with Big Mom. So I guess we'll take that
and
into
in her
account.
only fight.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yama. All right.
What?
So,
What do you protest against King?
What's the protest?
No, wait, because it was Jinbei
Sure,
and
but
Robin. What is it?
she used the
Robin.
momentum to roll Big Mom out of there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, yeah, but Jinbei said to throw her there in the first place, though. So
But
it's like,
she
if
did-
Jinbei just actually lift her
Sure.
over his head and then actually do the judo throw in
But
the
she
first place,
did. She
then
did
she can't
counter.
maintain the momentum.
She did counterweight Orm completely.
She did do it against home. Are we not
Wait,
remembering
Om?
that far?
Oh, no, wait, you
No,
mean
not
Yama,
Om.
right?
Yeah.
Yama,
sorry.
whatever the priests
yeah.
are called. Of course, King knows all the priest names.
Yes, of course.
Okay, yeah, but Yama. Wait, no, but listen though. But Yama, because Yama was so mobile, she could actually use that against him in the first place. Where like Big
Momonga has
Big Mom is not that mobile compared to Yama. Yama's just like doing
Whatever.
cartwheels,
She
all over the place.
she does use counterweight attacks.
King. Did you see that
Yeah, she
vertical
does.
leap
Like,
in
I
Hawkeye
would
Island?
say, like I would say if anything, it'd be more like a
Okay.
like Cavendish situation, where like Cavendish or Hakuba,
Sure.
you can kind of stop the momentum, like because I think Momonga knows Soru,
Yes.
but because of her natural ability, she could probably shut down.
I'm
its
sure that's
fast
a point.
movement.
I'm sure that's a point.
You know what I'm
All right.
saying?
Next
Yeah.
point for Robin. She can fight at a long distance, as far as the eye can see. All right.
Yes.
That's her distance, apparently.
Now, can she double that up with her eyes on a
Yes.
object?
Yes. As
So,
we see in Skype.
Somewhat infinite range, theoretically.
You would say. Okay. You would
Yes.
say. All right.
I
Robin.
guess.
You could just keep on spawning eyes further and further away.
Yes, but Robin is supposed to be broken. She never really does anything, but that's different. That's
Yeah,
a different,
okay.
That's a different
That's a
topic.
choice, yes.
Right. She can fight for a long distance. She can catch him even if he uses Soru because she
Hakuba.
just has to see him. As we saw you see with Hakuba, she can grab things out of the sky. She's fast. She has that reaction speed at least.
Yes.
We don't know about observation haki. We don't know about armament, dragon, whatever. You can go on about Robin mystery techniques forever. All right.
Yes.
You can go on about it forever. Robin is more durable than people think. Took in now lightning and all the spike balls from Diamante. I'm not gonna say the Diamante shit, alright?
She got one spike ball in the back and bled.
No, the spike balls hit her hands, which transferred the damage to her
Sure,
back, or
okay.
whatever, alright? But so Robin has some durability, alright? Now, she would overwhelm Momonga with the amount of options she has. Momonga has Rokushiki Iron Body, which will help, but will it help with him getting his bones broken and bent with her sort of fucking jujitsu weird grappling techniques, alright? Will that help? Will Tech Guy help within a situation?
What do we think, fellas?
Momonga versus Robin. Now, he didn't mention any Momonga feats, which is
Does he have much?
blasphemous, alright?
He
Yes,
does. He has
alright?
a few, I think. Like we've seen Momonga kind of like fight in Marineford War
The first time...
against Luffy
Wait.
for a period of time, where like, he was just kind of beating Luffy down. But
The
like
first time we see Momonga is in Amazon Lily.
Correct.
Right.
right?
First thing he does is defend the ship against multiple Sea Kings, alright?
Yeah.
So that's a
because they
thing.
waited there. Because they waited there. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got the cutting techniques to release cut Sea Kings. How big is a Sea King King? Because I know you know this stat, right?
No, it depends because each Sea King is different. But I mean, the Sea Kings that are around Fishman Island, those ones are, according to Oda, in one of his books, at least 5K.
Which is ridiculous.
Oda's scale makes no sense all the time.
But yeah, those ones, like I would argue that maybe the zebra one could be like maybe 5 kilometers, maybe because that one's a bit fucking stupidly huge.
Okay.
But let's just say for now, like they're like around Oda size. Just say fuck it.
All right. So he's got all size cuts. You would say.
Yeah.
And
pretty
Momonga is
decent.
the most Chad of the Vice Admirals.
That's true. He's the only one you remember.
He
right?
will resist Robin's charm.
Wait, Dalmatian? What? No.
Dalmatian, get out of here. Oniguma? Who cares about Oniguma?
Dalmatian.
Fuck the strawberry.
All right, yeah,
What
there's a
are all
lot.
the other ones, right?
Doberman.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Momonga versus Robin.
We can't forget about Garp, but anyway, the Garp doesn't count in the Vice Admiral discussion, alright? So, Momonga resisted Boa's charm with
With a
stabbing
knife in his
himself.
hand, so it's
sure.
not really willpower.
That's not really willpower,
He's
but
distracting himself.
sure. He kind of does threaten Boa as if he could take her on, which is questionable.
Not a
He's
fan.
not a
Questionable, Momonga. You're confident. He's confident. We'll give him that. He's got confidence,
Yes.
right? Now, Marineford, he does tag team with Oniguma to get the handcuff on Marco. Is that correct? Am I remembering that correctly?
No, I thought it was Kizaru, and that was it. Like Kizaru told Oniguma to put the handcuffs on him, and then Oniguma just did that. Not
Momonga does
Momonga
something,
not
though.
being there.
Momonga does something.
No, Momonga I don't call being there at all.
Okay.
Doesn't Momonga mate with
Maybe it's
Boa
anime
again?
only. I'm getting confused because there's a lot of weird anime only scenes in Marineford.
Yeah, I remember like in the anime, Kizaru tells Oniguma, you know, like it's your turn, whereas the manga doesn't tell him, but Oniguma comes out of nowhere anyway and puts the cuffs on him.
Yeah.
And I remember Oniguma doing that, and then Kizaru actually blasts him with 2 laser beams afterwards. So I don't call Momonga being there at all.
No, they say
The only thing I do
Oniguma.
call Momonga doing is that Momonga actually fights against Luffy for a period of time.
Yes.
Like,
True.
he
Factual.
dodges Luffy attacks, and then
No.
Luffy kind of does, you know, like a spin around kick and that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally just looked it up on the wiki, and it says when Luffy managed to pass the wall and almost reach Ace, Momonga was among the Marines that stopped and nearly killed him.
Whoa.
It says.
That's the classic One
Great.
Piece wiki gassing up Momonga. Right?
Yeah, that's gas, dude. Holy crap.
The
Yeah,
One
yeah,
Piece
yeah.
wiki
Oh,
is so biased and doesn't put factual information in there, but whatever.
He got a cut on Luffy or 2, but that was it. And Luffy just kept like Luffy
So
like,
what,
kept
what
it
do we
pushing.
think? What do you think,
Yeah.
fellas? Who are we going with?
Post time skip Robin, we haven't really seen much, but I feel like she's at least Vice Admiral level. What do you fellas think? What do you think about Robin?
Well, hold on. Vice Admiral level is like there's
Well,
a wide
yeah, it's a meme,
fucking
but,
gap.
yeah.
I mean, like
Vice
there's a
Admiral level is a meme.
huge
It's a
gulf.
meme.
Like you have guys that like, for example, like the one that Sabo defeated, like that was easy as clap. And then you
Bastille,
have like, Virgo, you have Bastille.
Do you think
so,
Robin
like,
could
I'm
easily
saying
defeat
if Barb,
Bastille?
it's like, okay, fine. So like I'm not buying it exactly. I'm really not.
Do you think Robin could
Um,
easily defeat Bastille?
He's really slow, so
but he's probably strong in terms of his physical power.
Zobo did
Right.
one shot.
Zorbo did absolutely destroy him, right?
Wait, okay, if there was a filler with Zoro versus Momonga in the post time,
There was.
that was all filler. But
Yeah.
there was, and then like it was an okay-ish fight, I think, between Momonga and Zoro.
What does your gut feel like?
Here's the thing. Robin, as far as we know, does not have armor and haki, making her very susceptible to getting cut.
yeah, I was gonna say that. I feel like
Yeah.
whoever gets the first hit in will basically win.
Because we know how Robin's power works is that if one of her arms gets damaged, she gets damaged. It works that way. So if
Okay,
if,
but-
if her hand grabs Momonga and he stabs that hand, that's damage on Robin.
but
Okay, but the problem,
but her
but the
copy
problem-
doesn't
okay,
work
but,
like that.
If
Yes,
the
it does.
notion is who gets
She
the hit
breaks
in
her
first
power.
wins, then that'd have to be Robin because Robin stopped Hakuba.
Can we-
Exactly,
like,
the speed.
Can we clear something up with Robin, right?
Yeah.
Her copy clone, right,
Yeah.
does not take damage.
Yes, it does. It just disintegrates before it takes damage.
Right, so it's some weird pre-break shit.
Yeah, she's pre-breaking it before it gets damaged. All right.
Okay, well, if we use the anime as reference, then let's say we look at the stuff with the Onu Wabanshun.
Yeah.
They can actually they thought they actually had Robin, like the clone was bleeding and that kind of stuff, and then it vanished. So
Yeah, that's not.
Well, in the
Oh.
manga, they did like hang her with a nose and then the
Yeah, but
thing
as soon as they stabbed her, she
Right,
turns into
exactly.
flower petals.
Yeah.
So there's no blood.
So
Yeah.
it looks like her clone is like almost like a full on Naruto shadow clone.
but her
in a way.
her giant legs are like a massive amount of like hands, aren't they? They're not massive legs.
They like
No, they're
form. Yeah, they're massive
all-
amounts of heads, but,
But
they
like,
form a leg.
are they all one solid thing, or are they all like a mass of things?
They're
making
one
thing?
so they transform into one solid thing.
Yeah.
Like a
Right, like she
clone,
makes
right?
like a bunch of these things, and then she
Yeah.
makes it. I think Mills like 1,000.
So-
So,
so
she
if
makes
you
like
stab-
1,000 legs.
Yeah, if you
that
stab,
forms into one big leg.
if you like cut the massive leg, right? Would that disintegrate
Yeah.
as well, much like her clone, or would that give her damage?
Well, the way it
She
works,
probably got a cut, but it'd be like a small
Yeah.
cut, I think.
yeah, because Diamante fight, the balls hit the
But
flare.
she had to hold those up. She couldn't release those, right?
Yeah, she could pre-break the hands. We're getting into crazy territory, right?
Yeah.
Right, but she could catch Hakuba, which is a feat because the only one who dodged Hakuba kind of was Rebecca. What she kind of has observation haki.
I think
Yeah.
the biggest question is, can Robin crack Momonga's neck and back to break him?
I don't see why not.
Because there's no reason why Robin wouldn't capture Momonga.
Yeah,
Well, I feel like if she
right.
had the abilities to stop Hakuba, then she
Yeah.
has the abilities to stop Momonga.
yeah.
But does she have the power, the strength to crack Momonga?
Why
that
not?
Which
ring?
she probably could, because she could actually do that, because she can make different hands
Yeah.
to kind of do something to, I think, Yama, and that was pre-time skip.
Yeah.
So
So
let's go with Robin then.
we'll go with Robin.
Yeah.
So the
I feel like
theoretical
Robin.
fight goes: Momonga dashes in, she grabs him,
And one shots
and
him.
breaks his back and neck.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
that's what we're talking?
That's the
about?
theory.
Is that what we're talking? I think
That's what I would
But,
think.
like, but here's the thing though, it's like I would say like she probably beats Momonga because I don't know how powerful he is physically, right? But I probably lean towards, I guess, if it was, let's say, Bastille, I kind of actually lean more towards Bastille rather
But
than.
we're talking about Momonga.
Yeah, I know, but like the matchup favors, I think, Robin more so
Okay.
rather than in this case, because I think Momonga raw power rise, he's good, but I don't think he's enough to actually overwhelm Robin physically. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, but we'll give it to Robin this time. All right.
Yes.
Robin takes the W. Robin's moving on in this tournament. We'll see how far she gets. All right. Now,
Yeah.
let's move on to questions from the audience.
We need more representation of Robin in her fight scenes, man. We need more Robin fights.
Amen to that. Amen. I need
Yeah.
that shit in my life.
Now, Nami's getting a fight this arc. How about some Robin fight? How about a bit of Robin action?
got a little bit of
Slack
action.
me around.
Nami's fight with ulti is not a guarantee. Well, that's not
It is a guarantee. All right, I don't want to hear this nonsense that it's not a guarantee.
Keep faith,
all right?
King. Keep faith.
We're gonna keep faith. We're gonna will this thing to existence. Otherwise, it's never happening. All right.
Okay.
You know it's never happening.
Questions from the people. Christian.
Questions from the people. First question comes in from Bardock, aka Andre, aka the man who's bloodthirsty, wants death, wants destruction.
Yes.
Right? This man always asking for characters to die. What's his question this week? His question is, what does One Piece mean to you? It's a wholesome question from Andre.
Shocking.
Shocking. What do you like most about the series, and what things would you like to be different? We'll start with Kingu, all right?
One Piece for me means, well, what it means to me, it's a fantastic story that I've enjoyed for the past decade plus.
That's right.
I think it's from a meaning standpoint, it means just like, I guess, what is possible in one's mind in terms of creativity. Like, I think it's one of the most creative worlds I've ever seen out there. I think it's and that has a lot of weight to it in terms of just regions, in terms of characters, in terms of designs, all these things that I just kind of enjoy. At first, I was a fan of the Funky style, but it kind of grew on me.
Yeah.
Things that I did definitely want to see, I did want to see in the post-time skip a lot more focus on the Straw Hats themselves. That's something I have missed, where
Yeah.
the scale's gone so big, where we focus a lot more on other things, like other characters like Law, Kinemon, Momonosuke, which is all well and good, but I do miss where back in the day there was so much focus on the Straw Hats. Like we'd have things of like the crew chilling in the boat and the merry-go, and like Luffy's like reading a book because he's fucking bored. It's like, what the hell? Like he's reading a book, there's no way. Things like that, where it's like I missed that kind of interaction among the crew.
Yeah.
If the pre so like that's one things I do miss a lot.
Okay.
Nice.
Toadskii, what does it mean to you? What do you want to see changed?
One Piece is my favorite piece of fiction, period.
There you
I
go.
love this shit. It is so good. What I like most about it, I like the fact that it's kind of like a huge mystery. I'm a huge fan of mystery-related shows. And I like that there's like little sprinkles of secrets along the way, and attentive viewers and readers if they're attentive enough, will find those secrets, and there's answers to those secrets later on down the line. And it's just basically you need to read more to get these secrets, and that's what I love about it. The mystery, that's amazing. What would I like to see different? Kind of like what King said, like the fact that we're kind of gone into a huge scale, this massive saga, whereas pre-time skip it was. It's not like week to week but each saga was so much different, or each arc was so much different from each other, where we're mainly just focusing on the crew and them developing as a family, basically.
Yeah.
So I do like that style. But this style is also interesting as well, seeing how large the story is now in comparison, which is still kind of cool. It shows development with the whole story in general, which is cool.
Mhm.
Now, we've both answered this question many times.
Yes.
So we'll move on to the next question. Right? From Usopp for the Kingu. I too have been looking forward to Elbaf more than any other arc. However, with the rushing of Wano, I've been wondering this. Is it better to be rushed, have a short Elbaf, or skip it altogether? What are your opinions?
My opinion is simple. We need Elbaf. We need Elbaf in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
If Oda were to skip Elbaf wholesale, like, I don't know if you ever read Toriko, but it reminded me of Toriko, where Toriko, well, I'm telling the audience right now because the audience should be aware of that. In Toriko, they skip arcs that were hyped up for a period of time, which I think was happened, beyond belief. And these arcs should have happened, they didn't happen. Well, and Elbaf treat the same way, to me, would be absolutely egregious.
I think the Toriko situation was a bit different, though, Keeg. Like, it was out of his control, It was unfortunate. Well, then.
Okay, well, no. Okay, fair enough, fine. You're right, yeah. Oda has the ability to say, I want to, because clearly Shueisha would love Oda to continue doing this. But Oda wants to stop it by the time he gets like 50 because he wants to go and travel the world. And so he feels like he has to have like that stamina to do so. And he can when he's like, 60 or 55, whatever the fuck. Yeah. So I would definitely like to have an Elbaf arc. Honestly, I'd like to have an Elbaf arc and a Moon arc. But I mean, the Moon arc is like way out there now in terms of like, is it possible? Number one.
I feel like the Moon arc is always a meme, but whatever.
I mean, when you have ruins on the moons, and then you have this globe, or
the moon was. I think the moon's still possible. It's crazy.
Yeah, if Raftal is the moon, that's the only way.
Something like that. Yeah. Now we're talking. Like, Enel already there. Shit.
Enel's getting one shot.
Enel Pirate King, dude.
Yeah.
Enel found the One Piece before Luffy.
Would you accept like an Elbaf arc the size of Zoe?
I would have no other choice. Okay, that one, would I accept it? Yes, but begrudgingly.
I think
because I would argue that Elbaf has been hyped up before even Wano Country. We had
totally agree.
Kogi. And so I have heard some folks say things like, well, what do we have? Let's say another crew split up, and this time it's Usopp. Let's say Usopp and Luffy, or let's say just Usopp. He goes to Elbaf, and then we focus like 10, 20 chapters on just that with Usopp in Elbaf. Something like that. It could be something like that, but I'm not a fan of that exactly, because I want them to have another crazy experience and a journey in Elbaf, which was, again, hyped up before Dorian Brogy. And just how I kind of see the post-hypes could be more like, Hokage Island, Sanji oriented. Wano Country, in theory, Zoro focused. Elbaf, in theory, should be Usopp focused. Kind of aligned with like, the original 5 Strats in a way. You know what I'm saying?
This is my thing. Elbaf doesn't have to be a conflict arc at all. And I don't think
you don't have to have this massive conflict, save the island, save the kingdom.
There's no need for it. Theoretically, they are.
Loki.
Yeah, theoretically.
Right. Loki, like the one thing where I'm like, because Loki had this thing with, Lola, and then there could be a thing there with like Loki and Thor. Like, that's also tied to mythology, where you have like that conflict between Loki and like the other gods of Asgard. But it's like, yeah, it can be just a fucking chill ass arc. We're just, here, have a good time, guys. You're fine. It can be that.
I think this is what I think, right? I think Luffy's got to get fucked up in Wano.
What if Elbaf is just a tournament arc, so Luffy can prove to the giants that he's the strongest?
Well, he should.
That'd be interesting.
Why can't it just be that, a short tournament?
And
arc?
like, if he wins the tournament, he gets opponent or something.
Gets to be the king of Elbaf or some shit. Gets the Elbaf army for the final war.
Well,
that should be Usopp.
This is what I think.
Yeah, Usopp
right?
or whatever. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Oda's gonna make the Shanks Elbaf arc the same arc.
Yeah, little training, little meaning Shanks.
Shanks is like good friends of the Elbaf people.
I don't think so, man. I mean, like I understand the theory, but it depends on Big Mom. Honestly, it just does.
Yeah,
And
what
number
happens to
two,
Big
it depends
Mom?
on, and then also it depends on God Valley. Number two.
God Valley's not an arc, King. Stop bringing that up.
I don't think it'd be an arc per se, but okay, I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure at all if Luffy and Shanks are gonna meet. I'm really not.
They
sure.
will, and I guarantee it.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
chapter
I have
one
no idea.
promise. It's a chapter one promise.
It's almost the same as it's even more important than Zoro fighting Mihawk.
yeah.
Like that's how
In a
important it is.
way, you can argue
it
it is, but the problem is that like okay, like does it have to be on Elbaf per se?
No.
No.
Not necessarily, because Elbaf and Shanks have absolutely zero ties.
You don't know
zero
that?
involvement.
You don't
zero,
know that?
I mean, as far as we know. Okay, fine, fair enough.
Look
as
at
far
his
as we know,
look at his
there's
Viking ship,
nothing
King. Look at
in
his
the
Viking ship.
history of One Piece mythos that tied Shanks to Elbaf.
Well,
And
Have you seen O'Hara's
it's some
theory?
random shit. It's like it could be literally a ship meeting where you have Shanks come in there with his ship, Luffy and their ship in open fucking waters,
every time
and Whitebeard
someone's
and Shanks
like,
it.
even in the Ace novel, everyone's like Shanks is a giant mystery. No one knows anything about Shanks. So like he's just like a mystery man.
King, have you seen O'Hara's video on like the Shanks theory on Elbaf?
I've seen O'Hara or Morge. I've seen video on Morge.
Because
O'Hara's not.
O'Hara's links Shanks back to like an Norse god that is pretty similar to Shanks' character, and they also lost their arm to save someone and all that shit. So maybe it all connects like that in a way of mythology, potentially.
Yeah, but it sounds like a reach. It sounds like a ZKK.
I mean, it's the same reach as like, oh, Blackbeard has 3 skulls on his ship, therefore he's gonna get 3 devil fruits. That's exactly the same reach.
Yeah, but I made a video saying he doesn't need it. Like, I mean, like, what's the point? Like, so.
But everyone in the community assumes Blackbeard's gonna get 3 devil fruits for no reason.
I mean, the Cerberus fruit, I think, is a kind of dope idea if you already have that ability to begin with. But at the same time, I mean, we know that he's a part of like this. Like he never.
Why don't you want Shanks?
Why don't, or something like that? It's like okay.
Why don't you want
Like,
Shanks to be the God King of Elbaf though? What's your problem?
Because I think that number one, it'll be awkward in the standpoint of you have another Yonko that has far more ties to Elbaf than Shanks ever has, as far as you know. Just based on on some Norse shit alone, that's kind of like it's kind of mid tier shit. Number two is that yes, I understand that God Valley doesn't be an arc, but it can be an arc. All right, it doesn't necessarily have to, but it can be a mini arc.
Okay.
Like let's say
It's got nothing to do with my question.
Fight arc where it can be on God Valley.
All right, I'm gonna end
then
this
that's where
screen. I'm gonna end the
Shanks
screen early because we're gonna move on to more questions. All right, you answered the question. We're gonna end the screen. All right.
I'm just saying.
All right, from Kennedy O'Neill. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. He's starting off great. All right. First off, before the question, huge
Here we go.
S/O to one of the absolute chads of the community. Been watching since the Toriko live reaction days. Respect King.
Oh man.
What's S/O? Well, I don't know what that means.
SAL.
Huge S/O to
Shout out.
Shout out? Okay, there you go. I didn't
Oh,
know
shout
that.
out.
Huge
Wait,
shout out to King.
S/O or SAO?
S/O.
Shout out.
Shout
shout
out.
out.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to shout.
SAO.
That people in the chat, if you haven't seen King of Lightning's Toriko reactions, one of the greatest of all time.
Of course.
They can't forget the dragon blowing up the planet, Neptune-sized planets, multiplanetary. One of the great
Memes.
videos of all time from King of Lightning.
Yo, Darius! Ah, that was type as fuck. Oh my
When
God,
Guinness, when Heracles and Monkey King Bambino teamed up.
The ultimate tag team
Yes,
combo.
bro, that shit was great. When Don Slime makes the fucking star, oh,
Toriko go read Toriko. Maybe we can make it come back for another anime season. Nothing is ever dead. All right. Bleach is
I'll
back.
make it happen.
Bleach
I'll
is
make it
back.
fucking happen, right? I'll do it myself.
Somehow,
Shit, give me some
Bleach is back for the final arc. Why don't we get the Toriko final arc? That's all I'm saying.
Too hype for the people.
Maybe. All right.
fuck, dude.
All right. Now for the actual question. Enough about Toriko. All right. Do the lads think that this saga was labeled the 4 Emperor saga, and all 4 emperors will be dealt with by the end? Do you think Blackbeard and Shanks are for the final saga? Do you think we're dealing with Blackbeard and Shanks this saga?
Well, this saga started with Punk Hazard, right?
Yes.
I think so.
And this saga started with Law saying we wanted to take down
Wait,
Kaido. However,
Yes.
along the way of this saga, we've encountered Big Mom, who I feel
Actually,
also has to be dealt with. So
yeah.
I don't know if all 4 are going to be in this specific saga, unless if this saga is literally going to keep going. But
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't make
Well,
sense.
well,
with how the
Wano
saga
will
started.
have massive implications on the world, so theoretically it's the same saga. If you want to
Right.
like count it as that,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm.
Was this almost
Oh, you
fine?
can in a way, because like you can argue that like
Chris and I,
since
Chris and I were talking like, what the thing is with like the whole Kaido saga is Oda at least gets a little bit of a fresh start with the next saga instead of carrying on all this like Wano Kaido lore.
Yeah.
At least he gets a little bit of a new start to start. some
Yeah,
new
it
stuff.
the
depends.
problem is
It's
that there is such a low focus on Big Mom that it makes you wonder how it's going to be, how they're going to actually orchestrate this whole Big Mom defeat or Big Mom death or Big Mom. What's going to do with Big Mom exactly?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Big Mom, she's a Yonko and she's there, but none of the characters give a fuck about her.
Dude, we're
None of-
82 chapters in and we still don't know what's going on with Big Mom.
yeah.
we
like,
don't know.
we
She's
don't
just
know.
there.
It's like
Why? I mean, so it's like Kaido's been the primary focus for this entire arc so far, and then we've gotten word outside the story, of course, that hey, next arc after One Country, like the start of the final saga. So it's like, okay, so what happens then to like Big Mom and Kaido? Like, will we see Big Mom at the beginning of the last saga, something like that? Because
It's
like
a lot, yeah.
she's not here. She's here, but we've had it time and time again. Luffy saying to her face, "After Kaido, then you're next." Big Mom.
He's
After
basically
Kaido.
like, bitch, wait your turn.
So, like, is the final boss of Wano Country about to be Big Mom? Like, legit?
Luffy backs him.
Like like Perispero, didn't he say he wanted to take Big Mom out of there?
Right, he said that.
Well,
he said
yeah,
that.
he wants to break up this alliance, but we'll see what
Right.
happens there. All right.
All right, next question.
Next question from J Beast. All right. If King takes half an hour to answer every question, we'll be here for another 3 hours. So,
I apologize. Hey, fuck you, man.
No, we love the content, King.
Where's
We
my
love the
trophy?
content.
Where's my trophy? And then also mail over some goddamn Rue burgers. What the fuck?
What are you talking about? These
There's
Rue
you cannot buy Rue burgers in the supermarket. Why am I get these
That's
Rue
a
burgers?
lie!
It's
It's not a lie.
All right.
All right, you know what? I'm going on Amazon right the fuck now.
Okay. Maybe some American
Maybe you could go to
bullshit.
like Outback Steakhouse and get yourself some Rue. I don't know if they serve it.
Yeah, Outback Steakhouse has nothing to do with Australia, by the way. I don't
The
know
most
what the fuck.
Aussie joint in the fucking nation, bro.
It has nothing to do with Australia.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
trash.
Yeah.
Fine, man.
It's just some bullshit American fucking.
the Outback, man.
The Outback.
It's in the name,
You know,
and I have to believe
King,
it. Bro.
come to Australia and we'll go with the Outback and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll
alright?
see how fun it is for you in the
I've
Outback.
seen the fucking poisonous creatures in Australia. No,
Yeah.
thank you. Just mail it over here, dude. All right, come on.
Yeah.
Mail it over here. I'm
You've
not going
never,
near
you've
these
never felt,
crazy ass
you've
giant.
never felt
I saw this
such.
giant spider, like this giant black spider, in like an Australian like home or something. I'm like, there's no fucking
Yeah, it's
way,
called a
man.
huntsman. It's fine, all right. It's not poisonous.
No,
You just get rid of it.
no.
You just get rid of it.
No.
All right?
I'm
Just
good.
let
I'm
it buy you. There's no problem.
Fucking goddamn, it's a hellscape. Hell
Um,
no, dude. I'm good.
King, you've never felt the heat burn your face off like Australian heat. And the
I have
sun.
in Las Vegas. I don't go to Australia and get it worse. I'm okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Well, did we answer the man's question? Or did we get to right?
We didn't even start the man's question because King went off on a tangent
about Outback
about
Steakhouse.
about
Who
Rue
knows?
burgers.
I'm fine with
All
it.
right.
So,
Hope y'all doing well in these days, peace times. All right, in these what is it? These dry peace times.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's a meme, dry peace, because there's no fucking One Piece episodes.
true.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
What are you guys' predictions for chapter 1000?
Ugh.
Every week we get this question. Every week we say nothing really that big can happen because we're 9 chapters away from it.
No,
Like
I know
what-
I know exactly what's happening. It's a kid flashback.
Kid flashback.
bro, we got it.
Bro, that's not worthy of chapter
We got it.
1000.
Nah, yo, I disagree. I mean, actually, I got a video coming out, and actually, it just so
King,
happens.
you always got a
Christian,
video
that's the same
coming out, huh?
Now, Christian, that's the same video where.
All right. Keep it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll see.
Yep.
Apparently, it's supposed to come out last week. We'll see what happens. All right.
Chapter
happened, right?
chapter
I'll go that
1000 coming rapidly. Probably not this year.
But
It'll
how do
be-
you
it'll
think
be
there's
close.
no like big thing happening in that
Something-
chapter?
something
when
will
we
happen.
both-
Bro, so like Luffy punches Kaido for the first time, something like that. But it's not gonna be like Blackbeard turns up and fucking one shots Kaido.
Yeah, it's like 9 chapters away. It's either gonna be the Scabbards are
Okay.
defeated, or like I don't really
Well,
see.
I think Luffy punching Kaido with his
it's
VR.
it's likely. It's like I think
Or
that's
GIF,
reasonable.
maybe
Gear
Gear 5.
5.
I don't know.
Gear 5 already. It's 9 chapters, dude. Like we're not
Already, it's 80 plus chapters. this arc. We already
Luffy
know.
has to get up there first.
Luffy has to get up there. We have to start the fight. Other fights have to happen, and then we can get to the
Oh,
Kaido
true.
fight.
Sanji King. True. You're right.
That's true, King. You want that 10 chapter Sanji King fight, all right?
I'll take it. Fuck it.
You're gonna wait.
Like chapter 1000 literally could be like, at the end of the chapter, it's like a huge spread, and it's like Luffy, Law, and Kid about to face off against Kaido.
Yeah, it'd be something like
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah, no. Someone told me actually in my Discord, in my tier 3s, someone said, okay, what if it's gonna be like, let's say Luffy and Kid, Congress Hockey against Kaido, some shit like that.
See, when you say tier 3, my mind instantly turns off and I saw publicity.
Yeah. Shout outs to the tier 3, the people getting scammed.
Tier 3s, yeah.
King of Lightning, the ultimate businessman.
The best One Piece Twitch community in the
Oh
world.
my
Alright,
sweet lord.
Okay. Moving on to the next question, alright? From Brazil 11. With the Emperors being as powerful as they are, how does Oda remove them from the story without them dying? Good question.
Sea Stone chains.
Nah, come on, dude. It's hard. You gotta take him to Impel Down.
Impel down level 6.6.
6.6.
New level. 6.66.
Yeah, a whole
That's
new
crazy.
level, like some fucking crazy like Asgard like level.
Listen,
Like,
alright,
Asgard.
we saw with like the most boring like answer is like Sea Stone because Big Mom couldn't do much with him on. So the answer is 100% Sea Stone, Christian.
It's lame.
It's lame, but that's the true answer.
Yeah, that's a really tough question. Like, because specifically with that killing them, it's like, well, there's not really many options, is there?
No.
Yeah, unless Blackbeard swoops in and kills Kaido.
Unless Law like splits Kaido into like 100 pieces and spreads his body around the planet.
Yeah,
Some
That's chapter
bullshit.
1000.
Yeah, there
that's
you go.
crazy. Yeah.
Okay, so for Big Mom, it could be some bullshit where it's like
Character
her
change.
mind-
Yeah.
yeah, like her mind gets so fucked up for some fucking stupid reason. She's like revert back to like a child permanently. It's like
Blackbeard will
fuck.
die.
Oh,
Blackbeard will die.
Blackbeard will die.
So that
I think
gets
he
taken
should
out.
die, for sure,
yeah, he should.
I think Blackbeard should have the ultimate ironic death of drowning. Or whatever. Alright, that's just my hot take.
Okay.
Double the effectiveness of water, apparently.
Sure. It's ultra effective.
The ultimate ironic death, right?
Like, what does that mean? Like, you touch it, you die? Like, what does that mean?
I don't know. He just like instantly loses all his strength. Whatever. He does also absorb everything with his darkness fruits. He's just gonna be absorbing seawater.
Yeah.
So not good for Blackbeard, alright?
But he's the black hole.
He just
so who cares?
absorbs the entire sea with his black hole. And he's
Alright,
like,
we're getting
I'm the
crazy.
fucking...
Bro,
In
what?
theory, in theory.
And then he just starts shooting water beams from the fucking black hole.
Oh, that'd be so dumb.
It'd be so busted and stupid.
Please no.
Alright. Moving on. From Japanese Gym. Are we going to get a flashback for Kaido this arc, telling us about are we gonna
Fucking
get
hope
that?
so.
The Rocks flashback, his
That'd be cool,
adventure.
actually.
I think we need it. We got one with Big Mom, which was
Go
unexpected.
with Bingo.
Sure, we need that Kaido flashback. You need that villain flashback, right? You need it.
Always.
Always need the villain flashback. Crocodile didn't
Yeah.
get one, and that's fine, I guess. Is Crocodile and Nell the only ones who didn't get it?
There's still lore about their past, though.
Sure,
like,
there's lore about their past. Yeah, I
there's
guess.
no
Right, yeah,
specific flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on from Monkey D. King. Why the Yonko, Kaido, and Big Meme presence is low key and so downplayed? I guess he's talking about he's not really feeling the threat.
They were hyped up for so long as unkillable, untouchable, and now they're getting damaged, and we're like, okay,
Yeah,
that's just the way it is.
sure. When Luffy
Like,
goes and
Kaido
one shots
was
the
good,
Admirals,
though.
it's
Like,
gonna be
it
the
was
same thing. So
I don't
Like,
think.
you
I,
can realize,
like,
like when Kaido one shot the shit out of Luffy, it was like, oh fuck.
yeah,
okay.
that was hype as shit, but like,
Yeah.
I feel like Kaido's. I don't know why people are like not memeing Kaido harder. To be fair,
yeah,
then like Big Mom gets all the memes, but like Kaido's actually taking damage
yeah.
from goons, from clowns.
From clouds like Kinemon.
He
So-
still really hasn't done a whole lot. Like, he hasn't really gone into hardcore combat yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're waiting. It's
So
still
once
too
we
early.
see that, then I'm sure he's gonna.
I swear to God, if Kinemon cuts Kaido's mace in half on a Thunder Bargo, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah, it's
I can see Zoro doing that.
Yeah, let Zoro do that shit. All right.
Yeah.
Everything.
You're gonna give that hype to Zoro. Anyway, Kaido, let's see that hybrid form.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Let's see that hybrid form. If it exists. Which
Jack
it probably
doesn't have
should.
it.
Whatever, dude. Like,
Jack Hubbard form would look ugly.
It look like good Nick.
Nah, it could be beastly as shit.
I hope it looks beastly, but I don't know. Just in my head, it
Well,
would look really
Jack's
weird.
kind of already looks like a meme, so with his stupid haircut.
I mean, Queen's hybrid form look like a meme. That'd be pretty funny. It look like Kaku basically. Pretty
Kaku
I like Jack's
2.0.
Jack's normal design's really cool. Big fan of his design.
big body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks sick. And that mask.
The horns, wide body, muscular, the face covering over his mouth.
Fucking wide body. I tell you what. Maybe the
Wide.
widest body in One Piece history.
I guess.
With the wide neck syndrome.
Proportional. Alright.
Jack the drag down.
Drag.
Dritz is dragged down. Shout out to Dritz.
Shrash Dritzkun, he is dead. He does no longer exist.
Yes.
Right. Where is he?
He's
No
been
one knows.
absorbed by the void.
He's gone, dude. Where
I
is
should
he?
watch him this week, man. I haven't seen Shadow in a minute, though.
I don't know. He's basically given up on One Piece, I guess.
Who?
Dritz.
Nah, he's around. He does his live streams for the. He's around.
He's around.
Yeah, he's around.
All right. Next question from the Box Noob. Do you guys ever feel like people overlook the issues in pre-time skip compared to post? Sometimes I feel like people are overly critical towards the later parts of One Piece. I actually stopped reading at Water 7 and caught up a few years back at Toto Land, I guess
Hot
Whole Cake
take.
Island. I thoroughly enjoyed Whole Cake Island and was surprised to see the online community being so harsh with this arc. I love Whole Cake Island's a great arc. Can people...
That was great.
Yeah, Hokage Island's great.
Agreed.
Whole Cake Island's a great arc.
I think people don't like.
There are a few small,
Fuck.
there are a few little issues.
If I have to see
It's Sanji
fucking
no fight.
oh
It's Sanji no
Katakuri,
fight, and then Pacing.
fucking
Again.
that Katakuri fight is the most misunderstood thing on the planet.
Yeah.
That shit is so fucking godlike, bro.
Oh, bro, like Katakuri forgot to use moves. He let Luffy win. All this bullshit. Right? Stop.
You can say that for 85.
You can talk about the spear, but the spear did nothing for 6 hours. So how
Wait a
good is
minute,
the spear?
Spear matter though.
So
That's true. All right. So do you feel like people are too critical on post-time skip? Don't
well,
really
it's
look
just a
back?
time thing. Like you can't.
Well, we went back and reread all the arcs. We say,
Like,
you know,
Stuart Village's ass.
Sewer Village is not a great arc. We say Sky Pier is good, but it has problems with
Yep.
pacing and Luffy getting stuck and things like that. We've gone back, we've reread arcs. It's just that post time, like we're here in the here and now.
To be honest,
Yeah.
there's nothing much to complain about in pre-time skip. There's
Like,
problems.
There's problems in every arc.
Yeah.
Like no
Problems.
arc is perfect.
Right.
So yeah, you can be critical at everything. It's just the community, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of like the wave of the community
And
right
it's
now.
like it's like a thing with the style back then. It's far more simple, so there's less things to criticize because it's pretty simple.
Yeah, correct.
yeah,
So now it's so complex, you can start pulling it apart a little bit.
yeah. All right.
But yeah.
So there you go. From Funky Zypher, how about that final season of The Boys, the Amazon TV show?
Has anyone seen the boys?
Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it.
Haven't
I watched
seen
it last night. Ooh,
It's good. Toadskii
Good?
says it's good.
it's flames.
It's
Alright,
flames.
straight heat.
Go watch it.
All right, go watch it.
It's amazing.
All right.
Yeah, my brother watches it. He says, "Yo, all time, watch the boys, watch the boys." Man, I'll get to it. I don't, but I will at some point in the future.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
The
You need-
future when? I'm not too sure exactly.
The future, as in 5 years from now.
Stop watching Slime Night or whatever the fuck.
Okay, King, I've got a question for you. What is the most garbage anime you've watched?
Yeah, what's the worst anime you've watched on live stream, King?
On live stream, okay. Holy shit. Okay, so the one we actually completed that was the worst we watched was Inspector. That shit was
Trash.
so boring. It was like a supernatural mystery show. Like the one girl has like a missing leg and a missing eye. That shit was boring as fuck, man. That shit, we completed the entire thing, boring as fuck. Number 2, probably God of High School. Overrated, overhyped.
That's what
Crunchyroll
people
dropped
say,
the
dude.
ball on that shit. God of High School had one good episode. One. And the
that's
rest
what I've
made
heard.
no fucking sense, dog. Holy shit, dude.
That's what I've heard.
Yo,
I've heard God of High School's overrated. That's what I've heard, but I haven't watched it.
It's overrated. I mean, honestly, it's bad. It's just, it's bad. 4 out
Is
of
it
10,
just
flat
meathead
out
shit?
bad.
Is it just straight up meathead shit? Like just
Dude,
fights.
they fail at that. It fails at the meathead shit. It
Okay.
fails at that. Like,
Alright.
oh my god, it's like, there's no depth at all. The fights are at times good, but at other times just really fucking hard to follow and kind of shitty. The plot makes no fucking sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
There you go.
They see acid swabs in the story. So those are two those are the two worst ones I've seen.
But I'm sure you have fun with the chat while you watch these, right? It's more of a meme watch than a
because like we're just chilling watching anime, having a good time. Yeah, and then on D Live you have the gift of emotes that are like pretty big. And then,
for D Live.
Go watch King on D Live, alright? Go watch.
Right. Next.
Every Wednesday and Saturday.
Go
King.
watch the King on D Live.
Toadskii, do you want to promo your live streams, all right? Because if King gets to do it, like Toadskii.
It's just Toadskii everywhere, man.
Yeah.
grinding treasure cruise.
Like when you were just saying like how bad Go to High School is, like I haven't seen it yet, but I know that a lot of people like were talking it up, so it's interesting seeing a different perspective on it. But like another anime that I like saw like one episode of and I thought it was immediately trash was freaking Fire Force. Oh my god, I did not like Fire Force at all.
No, you're missing out, bro. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty flaky.
I watched one episode. I'm like, I bet the main character's backstory is this, and this, and I got it all right.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you can tell what's gonna happen.
It's shown in standard for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't anything new. I felt it needed something new, and
just
it
like My Hero Academia, just cliche the show.
Just because it's not new, but just because it's not new, doesn't mean it's not bad. Like, it's not new in many ways, but then it actually has a lot of depth to it, and especially in certain religious ways.
Number
one, number two is that it has a pretty nice power system.
All I'm saying is
villains are pretty dope too.
All I'm saying is stop animating Fire Force and animate JoJo Part 6 already. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, get that Fire Force out of the way.
Get that Fire Force out of here, all right? Get that JoJo Part 6.
The opening's pretty good though.
Of course, David Productions. Of course.
Yes.
All right. Moving on to the next question from the Dream 16. When is Katakuri coming to Wano? The greatest question of all time.
Never.
All right? Let's hope he does. Let's hope he helps Luffy defeat Kaido. It'll be hype, alright?
Alright.
That's what we want to see. Because
Too late.
They're best friends. Katakuri and Luffy are best friends.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Right? That's factual.
Too late, but
Too late.
Katakuri #1 character.
In Hokage Golem, for sure. Alright?
Maybe.
I missed the question. What happened now?
When is Katakuri turning up to Wano?
2 chapters.
It's a chapter 1000.
Chapter 1000.
Chapter 1000. Katakuri turning up.
You just hear like Buzz. You just hear like Buzz cut Mochi, and then he hits Kaido.
Yeah.
It's
He's like, I am here.
Right there, immediate orgasm.
In his new outfit.
His new Wano kimono.
That fan chapter where Blackbeard rocks up at Whole Cake.
Oh, so dumb.
Oh, that was godly.
Let's fucking go.
All right, moving on to from page 1. Who was the person talking to Marco in that chapter? You know that weird scene where someone's talking to Marco?
Question.
Some people say it's Scopper Gabon.
Well, the kimono's a slightly different design, but whatever. It was.
Do you remember the little panel where Marco's talking to someone in the foreground? You can't really see who they are. Do you remember that? It's chapter.
It was like before Aizo was revealed.
Yeah.
And
I just assumed he was talking to Aizo.
Yeah, it's Aizo. But people get crazy, all right?
People are saying it's Scopper Gabon. It's some crazy shit. All right, but
dude, that'd be sick if it was, but
Scopper Gabon.
As far as you know, no. The only thing on that ship was Marco, Neko, and Izo. That's all.
Right.
That's all. That's as far as we know. There are theories out there. I'll just acknowledge those theories. All right. Next question, from Barry: how badly will you feel he's be hurt after Zoro kills Kaido? Come on, get out of here.
Next question.
Get out of here.
Hypothetically, if that did happen, that would be the worst decision.
It's really bad.
Bro, Zoro has, and this is, I'm going to be on this one at some point in the future. I have to. Zoro has never killed in the entire series a major villain or any other major villains in any arc.
He's never killed anyone. Full stop.
This is the most annoying thing about it. It's the complete delusional perspective you have to take to even think Zoro's gonna kill Kaido. Delusional, out of control.
It's out of control.
There's so many reasons why you wouldn't do that, and yet they want it, and they think it's good. They think it's a good idea.
Okay,
it's not a good idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question.
From Hasbiz. How many of y'all got V3 Kuzan?
Shut up. Come on. No, next question.
Trolled?
That's some Treasure Cruise shit.
Which one's V3 Kuzan? It's not the yellow one, is it?
V3 Kuzan.
That's the blue one.
Okay, I don't have it. I have the
one. It's the one I don't have, basically.
Right,
it's your only character you don't have.
I'm guessing this guy rolled it. He put a little smirk face at the end of that question.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
All right. From Tom. How many power-ups do you think the Straw Hats will get during these fights, apart from the ones they've already got, like
One
Luffy's new
each.
armament? So another one on top. So we're talking Luffy Gear 5, Zoro opening his eye.
Zoro and Sanji and already have their power-ups.
Okay.
Luffy will have something new.
Are we talking Gear 5? We're talking Gear 4 side form.
I don't think Gear 5 exists.
I think a new gear would be
New gear
gear 4 form would make sense.
With Rio or whatever, Tiger form, Lion form, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
New stuff from Usopp, guaranteed.
Sure.
New stuff from
Probably.
New stuff
Nami
from
maybe.
Nami,
Robin will be amazing.
Robin,
Nami,
yeah.
I pray.
Brooke and Frankie, yes. I don't know
Sure.
about Brooke.
Yes.
We already got a power from
Where
Brooke.
are the
Frankie's
Frankie?
running off with the number, so he might do something.
Where are the Frankie
Right.
anti-Kaido weapons?
Where's those Kaido weapons for Frankie?
Where's those?
Yeah,
where's Kaido
boy.
weapons?
The Caliban's are fucking. Those things are nowhere in
What if-
sight.
what if he
man.
just
He's
shoots
a
up-
building ship.
What if he just shoots like a laser beam through Kaido?
Well, if you upgrade the Shogun to have a laser capacitor hype, alright? Shogun Radical Beam?
Like an enhancer or something?
Yeah,
Like able to shoot radical beams.
like if the Shogun is able to shoot radical beams, and it's like crazy, alright? That's
It's crazy, but
Don't,
what is this
underestimate,
Kaido?
don't underestimate technology, King. Don't underestimate.
I have. I mean, the Raid 2 clearly.
I mean,
is
the
times
Navy-
above that shit.
the Navy, the SSG, apparently could replace Mihawk. So
Right.
Jeez.
That's kind of crazy.
Don't underestimate technology.
Like what? I don't know. Like just random like headcanon bullshit. What if they were able to like liquefy
yeah, liquid metal.
sea
baby.
stone
Metal.
and then make it into like a beam or an attack or something?
That's great.
That's crazy.
That'd be
Like
crazy.
like they shoot laser through like a sea stone crystal, and it's sea stone laser.
Yeah.
Some Star Wars
Or they
shit.
make lightsabers with sea stone.
No,
Lightsaber.
the SSG. Yo, okay, enough of the Seastone lightsabers. I would argue that like it's gonna be a whole unit, or like maybe even like one thing. where it's, like, just broken.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like liquid metal Kumas.
Maybe.
No.
Like Kologi
I
Kumas.
wanted-
What are you talking about? Like what is
Logia
this fucking,
Kumas,
Terminator
baby.
shit?
Yes.
What are you talking about right now?
Oda loves
Liquid metal
Terminator.
Kumas
King,
and shit?
King
What the hell?
Oda has a full-size Terminator statue in his office. He loves Terminator.
He does, but okay, you know what?
Bro,
I'm
you know
thinking
how
that he's gonna-
broken
okay.
That would be
technology
kinda cool,
Logia
actually.
would be? You
All right,
it's
yo,
not
here's my
different.
theory. Okay,
Yeah.
my theory was like back in the day. What happened to Little Wars Jr.?
He died, kind of.
Mm,
Yeah,
no.
I guess.
I think the SSG is like a super soldier serum, and they're just gonna give it to Smoker and Tashigi to make him strong.
I think it's a super soldier giant. I think actually you mean super soldier giant.
Like Vegapunk
But, you know,
succeeded in
Japanese,
making giants.
whatever,
Vegapunk,
yeah.
no. Vegapunk augmented Little Wars Jr. to the same extent, even more so than Kuma.
You put a
So
little,
imagine
you
like
put
a
little-
Luffy Wars augmented in Kairoseki and or Wapama of the damn dickhole that fires
Okay.
lasers, missiles,
Alright.
all sorts of crazy things.
So it's one guy. The SSG is one guy.
I feel like
My
no,
theory is that it's probably one guy.
I feel like it's a unit.
I don't think it's one guy because I feel like if it's like if they're replacing warlords, it has to be more than one. I feel.
I feel like why would you add 7 new characters into the story right now? Just
For the
buff
final
someone.
war?
Just buff Manga.
Yeah, I
Buff-
don't think it's
buff
7. I think it's
Smoker.
literally like a whole army of like
Okay.
something.
We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. What
If the
happens with
SSG is one entity, then it's probably going to be the closest thing to an ancient weapon in power.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it should be strong.
And
Yeah.
Vegapunk could probably do that with his tech. I mean,
Will the
look at
SS
Frankie now.
will the-
Frankie now is using like kid Vegapunk tech. So Vegapunk now makes some insane shit.
Now,
Whatever he has going on.
what if these SSG are just designed for the Straw Hats to fight them in the end war?
I guess.
You got a sword guy, you got a
yeah.
leg guy, you got a weather guy,
Sure.
you got a sniper guy. Who
That'd be
knows?
lame as fuck,
Could
honestly.
be.
SSG is just allowing them to go Super Saiyan God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Ultra Instinct.
It's over.
All right.
Do we even answer the next question?
It's just Goku. Like, oh, okay.
I
There
think
we go.
All right.
It's
Good
over.
shit, dude. Yeah.
I think that was a tangent. That wasn't even a question. All
Okay,
right.
you're just talking about.
Oh, we're talking about Wano power-ups, and somehow we got to SSG. But anyway, next question from Lip Service Dodie. Why is it always mentioned that Kaido is preparing for the world's biggest war? People already think my man is going to lose in this arc. If he loses, why does chapter 985 at Big Mom exist? So basically he's saying that Kaido is going to be successful in creating his new Onigashima and starting that world war.
I would. My retort to this man is, why set up this entire arc to defeat Kaido?
Yeah.
That's my retort to this man.
Do we think that Kaido and Big Mom's alliance is going to go through? They're going to have this garrison at Wano, and that's gonna happen.
Like the whole reason Kaido's making like quote unquote the biggest war of all time is because he wants to die, right? Is
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah, I
component of
assume
it?
so. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
think so.
Right.
Like it's so weird.
From the One Piece too.
Well, my assumption is that he wants a more famous death than Roger
challenge.
Whitebeard or some shit. Like
Right,
he wants to
yeah,
go out
definitely,
in
yeah,
flames and glory.
No, maybe.
Yeah, but you know, we'll find out apparently. So I don't see this new Onigashima plan happening.
Yeah, it's
At
like
all?
it's like who's who going like, yeah, I'm gonna fight Queen to take his position. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like it's just
I don't
like,
know. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's just
But
like
it shows you his confidence though.
sure.
it
it shows what Big Mom and Kaido
and,
are
it, yeah, and
working
it's like
together
their
for.
plan and their which will
It's
be
like
thought.
it's
Right.
also stakes if Luffy loses. It's more stakes.
Yeah.
For like, if Luffy loses, Big Mom and Kaido are gonna
I mean,
dominate the
will we
world.
be upset? Will the community feel cheated if Luffy and everyone fails and then we get kicked off Wano? And then the final war
It kind of
starts?
makes 80 chapters a waste of time.
That would be
But,
so
yeah.
lame.
It's like 80 chapters a waste of time, dude.
I mean, it depends. Like, if Luffy is like near death, and then like actually, like, or like, let's say Luffy lost a limb or some shit, and then we need Vegapunk to come in there. Or, like, let's say Law died. Like, if they get kicked off and like people actually died in the process, and that's okay. Now we're like, okay, it's on one front we spend so much time, but at the same time, that's just how good they are.
Yeah.
Using Kyle's words here, that's how good they fucking are. Like, oh shit,
Right.
okay. Maybe we're not at that stage just
So is
yet.
that
but
is
then
that like going to
wonder-
be the lead into like the final war? Like, you know, Kaido, Big
Right.
Mom, they just decimate the alliance. They make new Onigashima, and then they go on to try and get the One Piece.
Yeah,
And then
you can
the-
kind of play it like that, and then Luffy comes in there too, because like at some point you assume Luffy will have to get better as a result of, let's say, people, especially if Jinbei dies.
Shinbei.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, King, I will remind you that we have some 5 years left to take out all these people. Okay, so I don't know if we have time to this whole Big Mom final war.
Also,
Well, no,
like, you just...
final, 'cause, like it depends, like how long. Because I'm going to assume that Oda, he's aimed for 5 years, but in reality,
It
how
could
about 6 or
probably be
7
more
years,
like...
because-
Here's the thing with the
And
5
then
years
we could,
comment.
it's like
but-
it's like the birdcage incarnate because like we get up to Kaido, we lose, and then we have to go back in.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like 200 chapters of finally defeating Kaido.
But
come on.
like...
Okay, so then what if, let's say we kill two birds with one stone, where we appease the Kaido's gonna still be alive, but also we kind of win. Where Kaido just leaves, he abandons Wano and he retreats.
so lame.
Bro, I don't see Kaido ever doing that. Come on. Like, Kaido's just gonna
We
leave.
Are
need
we
it-
sure?
We need a W.
If Kaido leaves
WW.
Wano, he's
The
instantly
WP, we defeat Kaido and his
demystified.
forces, but Kaido himself is not
And
dead.
they get Wano back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see.
but...
and we free the
Maybe.
porters.
Alright. Moving on to the next
Like
question.
like Kaido like leaves and like has refuge
Final
in
war.
Whole Cake
Here it
Island.
comes. Because Kaido's doing his final war. And as far as you know, Luffy has not killed a single main villain.
Yeah,
Neither
we
Zoro,
know.
neither has, the Kid. Probably, maybe Kid could kill. But like, would Oda have Kid
No,
kill Kaido?
no,
Kid?
absolutely not.
The KKK agenda.
No way. Next question. Now, what do they call Kid kills Kaido? What would that be shortened to, King?
Oh shit, dude, that's a fucking scary ass name.
What is that shortened to? I'm not sure.
What is that agenda called? That's crazy. All right.
That's crazy, agenda. Yeah, it's crazy, agenda, man.
Moving on.
Back out from that one.
Moving on to Red Robin podcast. For Toadskii, what's your hottest One Piece take?
Oh, jeez.
I was looking for a hot take.
My hot take is the best girl is Hina.
That's a hot fucking take, dog.
The third person doesn't bother you at all. She talks to herself in the third person.
Oh, no, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's
No,
Toadskie's
Hina's interesting.
not interested in the talking, perhaps.
Okay.
I like a lot of the weird like One Piece girls, like Baccarat. Yeah, she can't fire.
Baccarat.
Baccarat from the film Gold.
Yes,
From Gold.
Baccarat.
From Gold's crazy.
High level quality.
Alright, there's a lot of quality One Piece girls.
Mm.
This man's in the Hina camp.
But she can make you lucky and also unlucky.
Okay.
Very
So you
true.
don't want to piss her off because she will fuck you up.
And I also prefer Nami over Robin
Well,
personally.
that's factual.
Okay.
That's just factual. Alright?
That's some horseshit right there.
So there's some hot takes, shipping hot takes,
Hot
or
takes,
hot
that's
top
fucking-
girls
yeah.
hot takes.
Shipping hot takes were still hot takes, and they were fucking all
Yeah.
wrong. All wrong.
Alright. From Dart.
Robin under Nami, never in a million years.
Okay.
Feels bad.
Moving
man.
on. From Dart. Has there been any One Piece merch you wanted but haven't gotten or isn't available
Oh,
anymore?
those stupid $3,000 statues. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My Shanks trophy. Yeah.
It's on the shelf, King. We'll get it to you, all right? We'll get it to you, all right?
Okay.
No, there's always
asked-
been One Piece merch I wanted to get, but in Japan they don't really make sizes for big boys.
Oh, yeah.
Thick boys don't get the size.
This is facts. Holy shit! Yeah.
That's always a
Like
problem.
But you
size,
can
man,
buy
fucking
where can you find
tiny.
King of Lightning merch you can purchase
Bro,
in 5 sizes?
My merch is available for everyone of all shapes and sizes.
I have a Mr. Slam Jam shirt.
Yeah. That's
Let's
what I'm
go.
talking about, man.
Created by myself.
There you go.
King of Lightning.
There you
Amen.
go.
That's pog.
Yeah, though that shirt actually, for some reason, I think it's a Charles Barkley name on the title. They discontinued that shirt on fucking
Does
Teespring,
it?
which is annoying as fuck. It's on Redbubble, but it's not on Teespring, which is
Right.
annoying. So I need to figure that shit out.
Just change
Fuck.
it.
Okay.
There's no Charles Barkley or anything on it. Just change it now.
I know, but that's the name though. Like Charles Barkley, Carter Curry. But like, fuck it. I mean,
All right.
it's so good. But fucking goddamn. All right.
Yes.
All right. From Zarkon, what are your top 3 worst moments in One Piece, and how would you fix them?
Shout out to Zarkon and get a negative.
All right, top 3. We'll change it to 1. All right, we're gonna do 3. All right.
Number one thing that needed to change was off screening the Akainu versus Aokiji fight. Like, come on, bro.
Oh,
How you gonna do that?
that's crazy. All right.
I mean, they might go back to it in the future, but probably not.
For me, the Big Mama Amnesia plotline, get it out of here. All right, just get it out
Bro,
of
that
here.
shit's fucking.
I don't want to see
Get that
it.
trash out of
I
here.
don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it ever again.
I agree. That is the worst.
All right.
King, would you
I'm-
agree?
What
I'm
you
thinking there's a lot. I mean,
what you
What's the
being
yeah, I
worst?
was
what?
shit.
And now being defeated by Luffy or some shit.
Wait a minute, my nigga. There's so much. Fuck it. All right, let me not stall the stream out. Yeah, let me say Big Mom Amnesia for now. That's
Okay.
some blasphemous shit.
We can all agree
shit
on
is
that.
earth-
Sanji getting roasted by pudding relentlessly. Is that,
No, I mean that one. I mean, because Pudding is not Sanji's bitch. As it is.
I mean, I don't know about that, King.
All right.
She is, dude.
All right. Don't
She-
start the
she
shipping
would-
wars.
On a whim, she would get on her knees. God damn.
Shout out
Fuck.
to the Sims in the chat. Shout out to King of Lightning.
All right.
I mean,
Moving
sipping
on.
gets pussy. Apparently, fucking no. In One Piece, well, that's kind of wild.
Moving on. All right. Again from the Red Robin podcast, this is the last question. We finally made it. We made it through all the questions. It's a miracle. For King, why do you assume that every anime filler scene was made from Oda's lost manga pages? Oh, he's roasting King. He's getting into it.
Thoughts, King.
Thoughts, King, on this?
No, I didn't say that. What I said is that they don't show shit. Therefore, that has, and you could argue it has more credence than the manga, because the manga, they don't leave anything for you at all. Like, Wano is the only arc I think I've ever seen in One Piece to where there are so many gaping holes that have to be filled in by Toei Animation so things are more coherent. I didn't see this in Whole Cake. I didn't see this in Dressrosa. I didn't see it in Punk Hazard, where they're just gaping holes in the plot as to how things happen, what happened, why did things happen, like why are we not missing shit? So it's like, yeah, some things like Batman are egregious, but we don't know why Zoro just fucking left, man. What happened? They put in a tiger. Okay, fuck it, whatever. Tiger, there you go. Perfect. Like it works.
All right.
It works all the same. So it's like
King of
Wano's the only
Lightning.
arc I feel this.
King of Lightning loves the anime. He thinks
He's
it's
an
good.
anime shill. He loves it. All right.
Anime for Wano Country has been, I think, pretty freaking good.
All right.
Undeniably so.
And
So
gentlemen,
We're
when
not
they
done.
fill, like, okay, like for example, it's like when they fill in, or if they fill in the Law versus Hawking stuff,
Yes.
it's like shit. Okay, like,
Hopefully-
that's some
hopefully
shit
it
that we're
makes
not
sense
getting
and
in
it's-
manga, that we're getting
hopefully-
in anime.
hopefully it makes sense and is good. Let's just put that out there.
Of course, but if they
Also-
have it filled in regardless, they have it filled in.
Also, this man's little second part of the question: why don't you put some respect on Kiku's name? She's one of the strongest swordsmen in the verse.
Oh, Kiku's best
Is the
girl.
bum, all right?
I
Kiku,
mean-
he is a fucking bum.
Not
all right?
necessarily incorrect. Probably the top 90% of the verse in swordsmanship.
I mean,
In
in a
swordsman,
technical way,
Kiku is
sure.
maybe-
Top 99%.
Kiku, I mean, I guess just by I guess rank as being a red scabbard, Kiku, he's probably what, like top. Better than I guess Tashigi. Yeah,
It's
fuck
top
it,
20 for
She's-
sure.
she's
Top
better-
20.
she's better than
is
Tashigi.
Okiku like Vice Admiral level?
Yeah, fuck it,
yes.
whatever, dude.
Oh, well,
Sure, let's do that.
She has Rio. We'll give her that.
Cool armor.
Alright, cool armor, sure.
He has real.
Yeah, the armor is lit, dude. Holy.
Yeah. All right.
The end of the show has.
And that's the
gone.
end of the show. Thank you to Toadskii and King U.
We had a good time.
No doubt.
Thanks for having me on, man.
We're all exhausted, but
Fucking
we
Jesus
made it.
Christ, this Kaido cutting, bro. Listen, they all cut through Kaido, including himself.
Okay.
Congratulations. He's not unique in that standpoint. Jesus Christ, Kiku, male
Conjurer.
All right, bro. All right.
King getting a little hateful around here. I don't know what's going on
A little bit of
here.
hate.
When I called this shit, and then people, when I called it, people got so upset. Like, there's no way, there's no fucking way,
King,
man.
you
There's
will-
no way. How'd you know that Kiku was a man? I'm like, niggas,
King.
the signs were there.
You willed that
Signs
into
are there.
existence, okay? Don't act like you did will it into existence. That was
Bro,
your meme. Your
I
meme
call
alone.
that shit. I call that shit like I think like a few months before it happened, and I'm in California, and me and Zoro doing action together, and then boom,
I
it just
saw it.
drops.
I
Like,
remember.
by the way, I'm a guy. Holy shit!
All right, oh, shout out
Fucking my
to King of Lightning being a god. Go subscribe to his channel, Twitch.
Go
Day
watch him on
Live.
D Live, of course.
Go-
Live,
go
Twitch,
check
fucking
out-
YouTube,
yeah.
the whole caboodle.
Now, if you
fuck
play
me.
One Piece Treasure Cruise, all right, and you want hot tips on how to defeat all the Colosseums,
Because they're impossible to defeat on your own.
if you want
Right.
hot tips to defeat PvP, play PvP, or raid bosses, anything you're looking for, Toadskii's got it on his channel.
All right, yeah.
Go check it out. Now, unfortunately, you will need all the legends to do his runs.
Yeah, you
but-
just gotta spend that money.
yeah, you're just gonna have all the legends to do what you have to do. But
You gotta
check
do
him
what
out
you
on
gotta do.
YouTube, Toadskii. Toadskii, we appreciate you coming on, fellow Australia.
Thank you so much for having me, dude.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
We introduced you to King of Lightning. Hopefully, you can join the community in a more substantial One Piece general.
Oh, yeah, bro.
sense.
Yeah. All right.
That'd be great. Treasure Cruise probably still won't be playing, but and we're gonna have Toast sponsor.
It's not
some
for
more
everyone.
shit, absolutely.
It's not for everyone. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
King. I'm sure you could get your tier 3 subs to give you money to just roll all day. I'm sure that's
Bro.
possible.
I'm pretty sure I could, but with the 2-3 first, I got to pay some Manga,
Twitch
right?
loves
Yeah.
Twitch loves the gotcha. They love it.
They love
All
gotcha.
right, they
yeah.
love you
They
rolling.
do. They do. But Treasure Cruise, that's a leg too far, man. I don't know.
All
So
right.
good. I'll get y'all one
Yeah.
day on it. One day.
Yeah, one day, fair enough. Whatever. I'll be open to it. But,
All right.
All right.
And that's
I'll wait till the sequel for One Piece. Then
and
yeah, I'll look
that's
into it.
the show.
Shanks is Gold King.